On you go.
Last time you played a huge game of what the heck is going on in this stupid trading city. Tracked a gem through the entirety of Manteldirith, successfully stopped the Durgar and Swerfneblin from trying to murder each other, and destroyed a gem with a demon lord in it who proceeded to go back home because he didn't want to be here in the first place. You now have Brain, thank you. 3 friends with you. You have Zilch, who has agreed to accompany you and is currently doing some maps and also providing maps for you to look at. You have Peebles, who is just very interested in being anywhere but Manteldirith, and he's okay with accompanying you. And then you have your wonderful druid friend, who you have convinced to come along with you. So Sladis has decided to go along with you. He then did ask for you to stop off at Emerith's Zoo, though, for another druid.
Yes, the zoo.
And if he offers long pork, we should definitely say no.
Yes, that is a slight issue he has. He has been he is not offering the long pork to anybody right now. He is just keeping it to himself. He does remember what you asked, and he is being very polite about the fact that you all do not want to consume it. Therefore, he is not offering it.
Right, is there anyone else in the group is asking? They are on a special diet. No one should interfere.
But you all are having this discussion around dinner, and you hear a cry from the Zentarum section, whinging up one way and down the other, that somebody has stolen their pipe.
Oh, this fucking thing again.
I would have thought it would have stopped when we got the demon lord away.
Well, I think this might be the occurring problem from when they were stealing rations. No, it just might be someone else who's starting to crack under the influence.
Yeah, the Zentarum agents have gone over to the previous fellow who had been nicking things, and he swears he didn't do it, and he even opens up his pack, and the pipe is not there.
This is fascinating, you lot deciding to take it under your own, initiative and such, instead of doing it the fucking way we said we'd do it. A lot of you, buy your bedrolls.
They go back to their bedrolls.
And we just do a little inspection of each person, in case of it's not a besmirchment of your character, it's likely a befoulment of your mind by the influence of this horrific place. So we go through them one by one.
You go through all of your hirelings, and none of the hirelings, the ones that you brought either from Blingden Stone or from the surface, none of them have it.
Right, well, no one's above suspicion. The rest of you, and myself, and our extra guests. Bjorn, you can check Sladier's pack. Go on. Or Sladis. Try to be discreet.
What's everybody's passive perception?
14.
Yeah, 14, so.
Anything above a 16?
Nope.
Hold on, let me actually check Kago here.
Where is it again?
It
It's
should
underneath
be
your skills.
Ah,
yeah,
18.
18. And Harton's also 18. I think?
Nope. 15.
15. Oh, Nadrax, you being the one to spot this actually makes a lot of sense. It takes a moment for you actually to process what you're seeing. You almost missed it. You swear up and down you just saw Zilch try to slip something into somebody else's pack.
Okay, Yuda, what was that? Give me that.
I didn't do anything. I have nothing. You can search my pack.
No, I think you gave the other one. Let's see, what was it?
Lou, Nadrex is pointing at your pack. Are you fine with him going into your pack?
I'm gonna watch his mouth for any snacks that might enter it, but otherwise he's good.
My God, there's so many Snickers bars in here. What the hell, man?
Do you never throw out a
Selling
fucking
these?
wrapper?
I shall proceed to eat the whole backpack.
The whole
with
thing
the pipe
down. Go
inside.
ahead.
I can't remember who the fuck Zilch is.
He's our new
He-
drow friend, right?
Yeah, he's the drow wizard that you all have hired on that has the maps.
I
He's
intend to
also the
become good
one-
friends with this man.
Who likes knickknacks? Yes.
The one who likes the knickknacks and who is the one who gave you those potions when you stopped off last session. Yeah. It's there, right there in Lou's pack, as expected.
Yeah. Stop that. No more stealing, alright? Also, no knickknacks you find interesting.
Okay.
We can pick him up from other places.
If there's
Sorry.
something lying around that doesn't belong to anyone in the group, go ahead. But not taking things from others who are still alive.
Okay.
Especially
Sorry.
from lots of armed folk who are just ready for a bit
Just
of...
gotta find a man who's murdered in the middle of the night, stripped bare. Well, he's not alive anymore.
Is this a compulsion you've got?
It might have been why I had to leave Menzo Barons on in the first place.
You
Right.
have to sit outside.
Just try to keep yourself aware of it.
And no more framing me for things.
I mean, he's usually at
Okay.
fault, but in this case,
Okay. Sorry.
All right.
Teach me how to make maps.
Well, I guess I can do that.
Just making friends
Yes.
all over, aren't you? As he uses
Wanna hold
Beholder
his eye
eye
sock?
stock that's been remade into a quill.
That must be fucking flopping around.
Well, that's the thing. He
I
he just finds a thin enough bone to insert in it, but can also hold ink in the end.
If you do that, Lou, Peebles is gonna give you the stink eye of doom.
But then he can just rotate his Beholder eye stock quill to give him the stink eye back. All right, back on the move then. Let's just put past this.
And yes, you all continue marching
Let's not,
on.
and let's not go holding a grudge, eh, Zents, in case we start bringing up anything else that's been filched in the past, even the recent past.
Aye, it's all right. We can play nice.
I'd like you to genuinely do so, but sure.
All right, we can be nice. You know.
2 days later, everyone's bitching again. Trying to do vigilante justice again.
I mean, this is the Zentarum.
You know, fuck me, this is
Anyways.
feeling familiar.
You all keep going. It's actually, and you do keep running into small pockets of demons, but a group your size, it's not hard to handle the situation, thank goodness. About 8 days past Mantle Deereth, Slatus does guide you off. It's not far off route. You're still going in roughly the same direction, so it's not much of a detour. And he is insisting this is where the zoo is, with the other druid he wants to check in on.
I'm just thinking now, the zoo, and then you explain, describe your ideal bedroom.
Completely related.
Yeah, sounds a bit like it.
It's going to be hard to
Unrelated,
explain why it's here.
No, it is completely unrelated. But you do get brought on in, assuming you go with him.
Alright, let's go check it. Let's go take a look.
And
That's why we are here.
yep, you see it's a very the cavern it's mostly a circular cavern with dozens of stalagmites that have been hollowed out and fitted with iron bars to serve as cages. Most of them are empty as far as you can tell. You see a copper-haired dwarf
Oops.
sitting up in the center, and she waves at you as you all enter. Oh, you come to see the zoo?
Partly, we came mainly to see you.
Why would you want to see Sladis? Did you find everything that you needed on your way out?
And then some.
And yeah, there's a little bit of back and forth about how, oh yeah, I've been doing my work over there. Everything's been going good, but these lot have convinced me to join them because of the
We
demon
did.
thing. Yeah, you did. You convinced him to join along because he kind of has to deal with the demon thing.
Yeah, we told him to stop preying on the people of Mental Data, remember?
Mm.
He's not mentioning it that way because he still doesn't see it that way.
I mean, that's why he's whispering to Bjorn.
Yeah.
As they're talking, you all are actually able to see there are some creatures in those hollowed out stalagmites. You can get a look of what seems to be a rust monster, a winged kobold that looks very annoyed to be there. And it takes a little bit to figure out what the heck you're seeing in the other one. It's a reddish creature that slithers. And if you get anywhere near the area, it just seems warm.
I hate to interrupt your catching up and all. What is this one?
Oh, that's a fire snake.
Ah, right. Makes sense, I suppose. Elemental?
Oh, yes. Yes. Just make sure that don't touch it.
Well, obviously,
Yeah, it'll burn you.
as he's pulling away Lou's hand.
Roasting marshmallows. It seems like a good idea.
Just keep your distance. You don't know if it can lunge or anything.
Well, to be fair, it can't really. As long as you stay on the outside of the bars, you're fine. But you don't want to let it whack you with that tail either, so don't get too close.
Of course. Gotta regret asking this. Why is the kobold in the cage? That's a person, not a creature.
I mean, kind of.
No.
But you need to have stuff to see. I mean, look at what I've got here. I have all these cages and nothing to put in it.
In his case, though, you're looking more like a staff member.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, actually, I do pay him.
Okay.
Hang on.
It's okay.
A checking of the kobold. You getting paid?
Yeah.
It takes a moment for a response to come out because he speaks Undercommon.
Well, I've got Glabagal.
But when that happens and you kind of do the translations. Oh yeah, I mean, to be fair, I thought I was gonna die down here.
It's pretty likely, yeah. It's a horrible fucking place.
Yeah, all my lot are gone. So I mean, yeah, I'm alright with it.
You just look
I get-
grumpy as hell right now. It's just because there's no punters.
It's boring. There hasn't been any at all. Y'all are the first group that we've seen since I've been here. But she feeds me 3 square meals a day, and I got some coin in my pocket so it can go jingle jingle, and I'm happy.
All right.
You don't really look happy.
Well, maybe you don't know what a happy kobold looks like. Did you ever think of that?
You
Well,
got me
did you?
there.
All right, he looks happy.
Just for fun, I shall scrutinize the well-being of the kobold. 25.
Oh, with 25, he's just bored.
Yeah.
Unhappy isn't quite the word, but bored.
Yeah, let's see what have I got here. Mind you, we're intending to take her with us. Just eyesing up with Cobalt. It's not the entirely the fourth child I was intending.
Oh, no.
I'm an adult.
No,
So am
you'll
I.
still be able to
Sounds
get
like
the
an excuse in his case.
Don't be saying that whenever we can still apply you for a child discount at the restaurant. If I take you to the theatre and they say, are you under 10, you say yes. No, he obviously doesn't say that, but... Yeah. Oh, you're adorable. You're under 10? Yeah, ma'am. Right, well... Vern, do you want to have a wee chat with your druidic friends there?
No, I'm good at the
Do you
moment.
mean Bernard?
Yeah, Burn.
Burn. I thought it said Bjorn.
Mhm.
No, I'm good at the moment. I'm just kind of wandering around the different cages, having a peek in to see if there's any interesting animals.
There's only 3. And one of
Just
them's a
the rust
kobold.
monster, the kobold, and the fire snake. None of them are
That's
actually
pretty-
animals.
Which means I
you have
can't
Go
study
on.
them to change into their shape, so it's not much use to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, and this actually does make sense when you think of it. The Druid Zoo does not include any animals. But yep, they're just kind of chatting.
I've got to say, it's not a prime location.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that myself. I don't think this is really a good place to be starting up a zoo.
I mean,
Mm,
it's a little test site for, the layout and such, which probably needs a bit of work as well. I mean, it's going to need some colour, a few placards.
Oh yeah, and if anybody of you actually want to check things out, technically you should be paying me 3 copper because that's the price.
I was more concerned about who your target audience is.
Yeah, there aren't very many tourists down here, is there?
No,
a
and
lot.
generally the natives here, what they would like to see in the cages likely would be things you don't want to put in the cages.
I mean, one side it would basically all be Lou in the cage, and the other side would be Lou outside the cage.
Yeah, some of them might prefer me in the cage, and I don't think I'd much like that idea.
Yeah.
3 meals a day.
Oh, that's just meaning, Vidroy would like to see anyone in the cage, and everyone else would like to see Vidroy in the cage.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair assessment.
You thought of maybe trying to take this over to Blingden or Gauntlegrim?
I hadn't, but I guess that would make more sense.
Has this been Has this been a wee lifelong ambition of yours?
Nah, this has been a new idea.
Popped in just recently.
Relatively, yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What a strange ailment, of course. A mental illness to be a carny. We delve in deeper, we're going to find some Smurfidlum trying to assemble a Ferris wheel.
To be perfectly fair, I mean, I generally thought zoos to be, not good places. But then it occurred to me I could make a zoo that didn't have animals in it, and then that solved the issue.
Oh yeah, that's it entirely solved and all. Not an issue whatsoever. I'm guessing the rust monster is not in a metal cage.
The bars are actually metal.
Surprisingly docile.
Well, sometimes, mostly, I just have to keep checking things in for it. Because it does try to get through the bars, then I just have to keep replacing the bars. Do you know how much that thing can eat?
Do you ever thought of using a bit of stonework, maybe?
Or wood?
Well,
That would
fungus
make
would.
sense.
I
Hmm.
think maybe you needed to think a little more before starting this venture.
Yeah, the zoo business is tough.
Try running a tavern.
Oh, that'd probably be tougher. Because then you have to deal with people.
Not good with
I have
people.
to-
Yeah,
if I
you
do
have-
a zoo, I have to deal with people too. Oh, I didn't think about this.
Well, I mean, you give a wee bit of a training course to your kobold there, and he can handle the people pretty easily.
Maybe-
He looks at you. Oh, why are you trying to put that on me? I don't want to deal with people. I want to sit here and get paid for looking good, and that's it.
Have you
That's
considered
good.
turning it into a nature reserve instead?
Sound like
I was just about to suggest.
a fucking elf.
That could work, but I would need more space for that.
Looks around the cavernous area.
Oh no, I mean like space that I could actually do things with. And I think we already agreed this isn't a place that I should really be doing this. I need to get someplace with actual people.
A bit of foot traffic.
Shit.
Well, I mean, you just started it, so I mean, the cost can't have been that high. About how long have you been in business?
About 3 months.
Where'd you get the cages from?
Oh, I hollowed them out, and yeah, you can see that the cages are literally hollowed out stone in the stalagmites. The only thing that's really been like added to it is the cage doors. All of this has been done by her herself.
Yeah, it's pretty novel. You've got an aesthetic going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Ain't nobody gonna say that a copper vein ain't industrious.
Copper being. So you're also a member of a hedgerow, aye?
A what?
The Enclave. I flashed my badge, but I don't think they believe in them. They're not biodegradable.
Oh. I mean, I'm part of the Emerald Enclave. I haven't done a report in ages. They probably think I'm dead.
Aye, funnily enough, I didn't even bother telling us you're out here. I said
that's a
Slatus had
problem.
gone missing, but I didn't bring you up. To the
I should
frustration of the DM
probably-
that she went over the book.
Yeah, that's the fun part. The book apparently did not bother to mention her, even though when you get to her, it mentions that Mauricia wants to talk to her. They just utterly forgot her until her little part, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, she's there, and Mauricia wants her." And I'm just like, "Book, why are you putting this 3 chapters later after we've already?"
Oh god, that reminds me of when Tiny was telling about it, was reading out about the item description about something, that it was going to contact this Eldritch God, and then at the bottom it says, the player does not know this, and you can just hear him fucking hammer his desk.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
It makes them vulnerable to this type of damage. Don't tell the players. Forget
I
that.
love it. I love it because they do that all the time, where the important information is down at the bottom. Oh,
Yeah, you might want to consider going and reporting in.
yeah, I'm gonna have to try to get all the way through the Underdark on my own, though. That's gonna be great.
I mean, we're
I should
going
probably-
deeper, but we will be intending to head back as well.
If you don't mind a druid, I mean, I'm sure I can help you on your way.
That's true, we can only really have one. Bernard, Slingerhook.
I mean,
But
don't
you already
we
have Slatus. Yeah.
Yeah, a third druid.
He's
I don't know, is that how Coven starts?
he's a non-vegan druid though, so he's a different category.
Maybe this one can train a basilisk.
Oh, I mean,
You have a basilisk?
that'd be a fascinating
that is
entry
a
for a
basilisk.
zoo. Aye.
Well, it would be good training if you still want to try and keep at the zoo.
Yeah, I can play with the wee little questionable thing. Yeah, sure.
And the basilisk.
Well,
Not that short.
I guess let me grab my stuff. Oh, what am I gonna do with the? Well, the rust monster can just stay there. He'll get himself out and.
It's that Napoleon bit from Oversimplified History. I'm actually average height for the time.
I mean, yes.
He's actually a little
Unlocks the
taller.
kobold, who wanders out and is kind of looking like, well, what the heck am I supposed to do now? He's not thrilled that y'all have defeated his cushy life.
I mean, you can come with us. We won't really leave you abandoned here.
You've no need to hold a blade or anything. You can just hang out.
We'll even feed you.
What am I supposed
Yeah.
to do with y'all?
Well,
You
you
could-
already got an offer.
You could work
Just
on
keep
your
looking good.
You could work on your pattern entertainment purposes.
I can actually
Alright.
teach you how to sing and
Adopted.
dance. I used to be a bard.
Yeah, you can get adopted.
Singing and dancing seems like something maybe we can try. Let's try that.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Amaranth. Go on, Hork.
Horrocks checking out the the snake, and wondering whether it's hot enough to cook on.
Yeah, Amaranth has moved over and it's like, I don't think we should be letting this one out. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to put him down. He's a nasty bugger.
It's the key thing of this are monsters, after all.
Yeah. I mean, at least the rust monster can theoretically be part of the ecosystem. They do help by breaking down a lot of the metals and bits and bobs and stuff.
Aye.
A fire snake, I mean, that's elemental plane of fire stuff. And they are evil little suckers.
And I'm guessing it's not easy to send them home.
No.
Will their skin stay warm if we kill it? Like a heated blanket?
No, eventually it'll cool.
Oh.
But he rushes immediately at the moment of death, just to savor the warmth for a few minutes.
Like fresh clothes out of the dryer.
Oh, I'm so warm and wet. There's a lot of innards here.
Look, you obviously needs a cobbler to make them into a pair of warm snakeskin boots.
Ooh. And a matching hat. How big is a snake, actually?
It is a medium-sized creature.
Oh, there's plenty of there.
Well,
Sure.
if y'all want, then you can help me put it down.
Aye, well, it's for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do not have to make a roll for this. It's an AC 14
It's
with
also
22 HP.
it's also in a cage.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I assume y'all are smart enough to figure out how to do this.
Yay, weapons
Snake.
test.
Alright, get in there,
We
punch
throw
it.
Lewin and tell him to punch.
I have something new I wanted to try. I missed.
You missed. Ah,
You hit blue.
gotta use the good old fashioned stabby stabby. None of this fancy magic shit.
Lou, why are you getting close to it?
Yeah,
Well,
that's the fun part is, Lou, you hit. So roll your damage for me, just so we know.
Oh no.
Oh, good. You only take 1 fire damage.
Ow. Yeah, you
Well, I
probably
warned
could
you,
find that
didn't I?
Is it dead yet?
No.
No, not the 6.
But assuming you stick to range, it does not take long, and
Hey.
you handle it.
I shall make adjustments. Because clearly this isn't working. At least it didn't explode into my face.
True.
I look at
Where
Geddix.
the hell did you get those from?
You'd be surprised what you can find down here in the Underdark.
Oh no, I was referring to his gauntlets. I saw fucking electricity crack from your hands.
Yeah, I've been a bit stealing from Geddix's designs here.
You what?
There's guild fees there.
Expensive if you steal a design.
Well, not really, it's adjusted. I don't think it falls under copyright law at this point.
I mean, don't go getting too offended, Garrix. After all, you stole those designs first, so it's a case of he owns the guild.
He hasn't paid for them.
That's true. His kneecaps are looking valuable.
I'm not part of the guild.
That's the issue.
He's doing science is illegal.
That's worse. You know how that's worse, right?
I really don't.
I'm not
You
part
know, I'll
of the
say-
union. I'm a scab.
I wasn't a part of the bar guild, and you saw what happened to me.
You
You owe me a
nothing happened
favor.
to you? You just didn't get anywhere?
You owe me a favor.
I can work with that.
But you acquire another druid
And a
And-
kobold.
and a kobold who
Hmm.
is useful in some ways because when you get into a big cavern, he'll take a torch up into the sky, look around, make sure that nothing is hiding around up top.
Also,
He's very.
quite
go on.
importantly, he's a distraction for the kids.
Hey, you say. By the way, what's your name, Kobold?
It's a good question. I'd like to thank you for asking it.
They didn't name him.
Like, no, of course
I would
not.
Poppers.
Hold on.
They put a singular kobold in the zoo and they thought, we're never going to have to name this.
Give anything for him.
He's a winged kobold! Singular by himself! How could they not
There
put
we
anything
go.
in there? That is mascot territory. Unless they're counting on the fact that the party are just burned out on... are just burned out in followers because they have so fucking many right now.
Decent name for a
Just
kobold.
mascot one.
Fizz.
Say, Viz, do you know the oldie but goldie Kobold song, Doom?
What?
And you know the one called Doom, 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 Doom. We are doomed.
No, you stop fucking it up. It's doom, doom, doomity doom. We are doomed. You gotta get the doomity out.
I'm confused.
Don't
It's-
do my dome.
Get used to it.
Sort of a wee kobold bard from a while ago.
Oh, okay. Well, if you teach me that one, I can do that one.
What do we call Duncan Skellskinner?
Ah, never heard of him.
Only once myself. But it sticks in your head. It's a wee, it's a wee toe tapper of a tune.
Doom, da doom, doom. We're all doomed.
In his amazing voice. We're all doomed!
You can hear his enthusiasm.
Besides, he doesn't need a torch. He's got 120 feet of dark vision,
Yeah.
which makes him less of a target, thankfully. It's like,
Well,
look
the
at
only
that.
thing
There's,
is that if he
there's an
goes up there.
there's an isolated bright spot in the sky.
I more meant if you're probably on like actually camping down because things hide up.
Yeah.
But you all do carry on, and there are a couple instances of objects going missing and then being returned because you all have figured out who the new thief is.
It's looking like a compulsion, I see.
Yeah, I that might have been why I was removed from Sorcerer in the first place.
Did you
must have been
have
some-
that before the whole Demogorgon thing? Or just
Yeah.
after?
It's been years. It's just gotten a lot worse lately.
Well, so long as we're honest and open about it, it should be fine. The case of you're not meaning to do it, it's just happening. Like I said, you'll find interesting stuff on the way that you can just keep.
I know.
Hopefully that'll
Sorry.
save it. No, that's fine. And for fun, we add the kobold into the combat training because he's the same size as the kids.
He'll go with it because why not?
Yeah.
I just imagine there's a couple of times where, because he's a kobold a lot more insistent on survival, he takes it a little too far and just starts fucking viciously assaulting Harden and Bjorn.
Just dives on the training dummy, chomping at it.
Yeah.
Ask him to ask him to have a go, fencing with Lou, and it's just the instincts kick in. It's Drow. Gotta shank the Drow.
I don't want to run from a kobold today.
I
This one can
trying
fly. I doubt you'll outrun it.
We have learned Drow are inferior to kobolds.
Well, we learned that a
Like
while
all the
ago, didn't we,
Achilles.
Rena?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You what?
We learned a while ago that Drow are inferior to kobolds.
No, you
It
didn't.
runs in the family as well, as we see.
Natural predator.
All the kobolds need to realize that there's far more of them than there are Drow in Menzoberranzan.
Yep, that's all that they have to work out, and they haven't done it yet. Although there are actually less kobolds now than there were, but that's beside the point. Because I know where Demogorgon went out. Anyways,
We also got to talk about Jarl Axel's supply of them.
that's the supply that was hit the worst.
Time to restock.
It'll take me a week.
Yeah, because they just breed on their own.
Oh
But,
god, the noise will be terrible. I'm
Oh,
going to
that's
rehome you all in the
pretty
caverns that do
nice.
not echo.
But you all do continue. It's now been over a 10 days since you've left Mantle the Earth. And Peebles actually speaks up for a change and just says, are we going to be going down that way?
Well, unless
Hang
you
on, we got like 5 maps to sort out for you in his end guide. Are we going that way?
According to the ring that you are using, that is you're at a fork. And yes, the logical fork would be to the left. And he's pointing to the left.
Alright.
Alright then.
Why are you choosing it?
No, I'm asking if we are going that way, because I'm going to advise we don't go that way.
And I'm asking for elaboration.
Well, if you continue down that way, you're going to run into a purple worm nest.
Oh,
I don't think you want to do that, so I recommend we take the right, because I came through here on the way to Mantle Dirith, so I know about it, unfortunately. If we continue along this right path, we can go up, it'll go north, and then we can go east, and then it'll bring it back south.
I confer with our various guides. While also scrutinizing a little shit.
I mean, I kind of don't trust
Oh,
him.
hang on, I gotta roll again.
Well,
Getting screwed over here.
never mind. I don't know shit.
The guides
Seems
do
on the level
talk
to
it
me,
over,
Arden.
and they mentioned, yeah. I mean, there are some paths that should go up to the north and then, over, kind of like what what y'all are doing. And none of you see any reason why you should disbelieve him.
Yeah, he seems like a stand-up guy. I mean,
I
he
don't
lives
like it.
down here, right? He
I
knows.
don't like it when a DM says that, especially me. Because I know
You're not
exactly
allowed
what's
to use
going on in
your
the minds of those
experience as a
NPCs. I
DM.
tell you all to trust implicitly.
That's like insider trading. You're not allowed to use that knowledge.
Yeah, you don't see any reason why he'd be fibbing, because, I mean, it's a fairly good bet that he would not want to be eaten by purple worms.
I mean, yeah. As I said, you purple worms. Those are
You lot think
Much bigger
Fern's on
than
your
Death.
side after all. Haha.
Is this
But
even?
I mean, if
Is
we
this
have to
territory
outrun
of
worms,
purple
I just shoot
With-
Nadrax.
Oh, yeah. The entire Underdark is purple worm territory.
Okay, so we don't need to confer with our druids to make sure that's right.
Guys, are you forgetting that time we actually met one?
Yeah, oh no, I got a plan to outrun them. Don't worry. Just shoot Nadrax in the kneecap and keep running.
You know they don't
You
even
know,
have
I
to
heard
swallow
that.
for anything our size. They just scoop up a lot of yous in one fell swoop.
You've already been eaten by one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Galax, you forget that I can hold you. You can't run away.
I said you owed me a favor.
As he quickly casts grease on himself. Try it.
Oh
You're never
yeah,
gonna
I can
catch
grease
me.
myself up. Yeah, that's.
I'm pretty sure getting eaten is beyond the favor.
I know it's a pretty big favor.
Just shoots off his big toe so he can't balance. Alright. Little diversion then.
Is there any particular disadvantage of taking the other route?
Could get eaten by a
Purple
fucking
worms.
purple worm.
Well, I mean, the one we gotta take now.
Technically, it is out of the way. On
But
paper.
it's also out of the way of the purple worms?
Yes, that is the idea. He estimates that it'll add maybe 4 or 5 days, but it keeps you out of the nest of purple worms.
It's a better option.
Who did we lose?
Oh, it's Braider.
Oh, we lost Braider.
If
He's
only, we
coming
could,
back.
if only we could keep him updated about the situation.
But oh, it was a random video driver update. Oops. So
Confer confer with the guides. We check all of our various maps.
they're not horribly detailed over here, but yeah, generally, there's enough where they go, yeah, we can see it. And Peebles takes point, and the first day you go into an area, and both he and Zilch mentioned that you're entering an area of the Underdark called the Worm Writhings, which, yeah, it makes sense that purple worms are generally in the area.
Alright.
The first day, nothing weird happens. The second day, nothing weird happens. The third day, however, y'all haven't returned south, and there's a Y junction which he brings you up more to the north, and immediately it opens up into a vast circular cavern.
Donut.
He runs up to the area, the circular hole, and shouts, "Master, I'm back!"
Fucking nerd.
And up from the center floats up. You know, theoretically, this should be a beholder. There are too many eye stalks to be a beholder. This thing seems to have had several eye stalks grafted to it in some way.
It has special eyes.
And it looks pissed. It turns and it looks at Peebles, and he just mentioned, "I have one, but that one," and he points at Lou, "has the other one." Lou, the beholder looks at you.
Hello.
He does not take hello as a proper response to that. So everybody rolled me some initiatives.
Can I have my kids not on the map?
Yes. Why is Nat Squidly doubled again?
Yeah, I was about to mention it, but I was like, nah, you're narrating. I should not mention anything.
I'm in danger.
I knew he was a wee shit. I said it time and time again. Anyway, let's just reposition here.
Hold on, I have to reload.
Skirmish formation, aye.
I'd like to point out that I was told off for being mean to Peebles when we first met him.
I'm gonna call the beholder Magilla.
You were told off because you were being an unreasonable dick. You can be mistrustful, but you're just being a dick to him for no reason.
I think I'm totally justified, and I'm going to take back my
No.
apology.
No,
And that eyeball. I'm taking the eyeball.
you could just toss it to him.
I'm taking all of them now. Fuck it. I got one. I'm getting the whole set.
Oh, off you go then, charge.
Charge. So is
I
this
am
a,
missing some rolls here.
is this a pit?
Yes, this is a circular pit.
Okay.
Brader, just so you know, you've disconnected again. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I think we have right 1, 2.
Yeah, we're missing Horik on the tracker.
Ah, Horik, that's who I'm missing.
Ah.
There we go. So top of the round, Horik, there's a very mad beholder. The circle inside is empty, so you cannot step into the circle. But if you step on the edge of the circle, you can hit him.
You're riding big on the golem.
I'm
Oh.
almost tempted to find out what happens to a stunned beholder. Do they fall?
Not that big.
Actually, it is that big if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's 3 by 3.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 2 by 2.
Yeah.
Ah!
I accidentally deleted it instead of the just the big.
There
we go.
So, Horik.
Okay. Alright, we'll move up here and start applying fist, or at least blade to start with anyway.
Should we ask the question of where's the beholder looking?
Right now, he's looking dead at Lou.
Well, I just mean for the purposes of the anti-magic cone.
Ah, yes.
It's kind of important detail of a beholder fight.
Yes, let me see. Can I draw it?
Well, I guess I know what I have to do with my turn.
Oh, can you... Hang on, let me just try the cone here.
Well, it's just so she has a persistent one.
Yeah, you can. You can make it stick.
Ooh.
If you put it on the linker in the measurement tool, it'll stick. It'll stay.
How do I tell it to linger?
It'll
So
be in the
when
draw
you
one.
So when you select cone, so you could do like this. You just leave it there, and you can just click the little garbage.
I don't have a linger command, but then I guess I'm not using the node in development UI.
Oh yeah, I don't have linger either.
Oh well.
Okay. Well.
You can control that though, can't you, as DM?
Unfortunately, I can delete it, but I cannot move it.
Okay. Well, what the is it? A 45-degree cone?
It is a 150-foot cone.
150 foot.
That's all we need. Yeah, he's looking dead at Lou.
Okay, so we'll just. Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
Thank you.
Well, shite.
It's alright, we can move.
There we go. And Horik has hit once.
Yeah, I figured as much. And we shall continue applying force. Okay, and 13 con save.
I had to check to make sure it was not going. Hey!
Nice.
Well.
So, does a beholder fall when stunned?
I think they just keep hovering.
Yeah, it does keep hovering. It cannot go prone, but it is hovering there, stunned.
Hey, this first round is going to be interesting.
Well, doesn't it have legendary resistances?
Nope.
Oh, okay, it suffers from the Kraken problem.
Yeah, okay, it's fucked. Mind you, it probably has quite a bit of HP to whittle.
It does, yeah.
But it's done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
So,
that doesn't mean they're gonna hit it.
Yeah. Anything else, Hork?
You can move a bit.
Yeah, I might vacate the area a bit in case
Just-
something happens.
Well, also to give space to other people. There's limited space to stab it.
Yep.
Bernard. There's a stunned beholder.
What's Peebles' expression right now?
Absolutely mortified, and he just looks. Zazax? Are you okay, Master?
Oi, Peebles! See you. We're gonna get you.
Ah!
We're gonna take your eyes.
Okay,
Yeah.
the creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. The attack rolls have advantage. Have fun,
Yep.
people. Oh yeah. Well, Bernard's going to turn into a giant snake again. So, no, one more size larger.
Oh, yeah, one more. Yeah, I forgot, yeah.
Ah,
I was
fuck.
mixing you up with the,
You have a whole spell list. You're up to 4th level spells.
What, you wanted to turn him into a mouse or something?
No, I was thinking of like Ice Storm or something.
Well, question is it Peebles or the Beholder that I want to hit first?
The Beholder.
Okay.
Which one's the threat?
Well, we're going to do this then.
Druid spell list. Let's take a look at what he's not using today.
Is this
lot of
for
things.
Peebles?
Yeah.
No, it's on the Beholder.
He has Call Lightning too, just like I do.
Let me
It's
move
quite a
you a
useful
bit closer.
spell.
There you go.
It's a deck save.
18 does hit the beholder.
Yep, there's
And
Ice
technically-
Storm.
It's us.
2d8 and 4d6.
It automatically fails the save.
Yeah. No, it's constricted.
So it's also constricted.
Eh,
If I've got a grapple, can I use my bonus action to turn it around so the magic field is facing away from everybody?
You know,
that's a DM ruling.
normally I would not allow it, but in this case we will allow it.
You even got Moonbeam. That can be upcast too.
So, yes, there you go. Anything else, Bernard? You are currently constricting a beholder.
I wouldn't get many chances of this, so I'm going for it anyway.
Oh, it's the 12, by the way. Is that the damage done to...
That's the damage that I just dealt.
You know, Flaming Sphere is a classic for druid damage.
Anything else, Bernard?
Only a 2nd level slot too. You can upcast that pretty
I
high.
think that's it.
Blue. You see a giant boa constrictor constricting a beholder.
Not what I thought we were gonna see today. Not really at all.
Really?
Peoples looks utterly terrified.
It's perfectly normal.
There's so many eyes.
Well, stab one out.
I'm not gonna stab. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a 4th level fucking
Alright,
scorching ray.
go all in.
Ah, ah,
You got advantage.
Oh yeah, I do.
So that's 2, and then one more roll.
Just
Just do one normal roll.
one more, and then I
Fourth
get
level,
2
you
more.
said?
There we go. So that's 3 rays so far.
One of those hits for sure.
All of those hit. Oh, wait,
17,
Ooh.
16, 25.
2 hit.
Okay. And then I think I have 2 more because it was
Correct.
no.
with
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So 1, 2.
Go, 2 more hits.
There we go. Mark that down.
That's 4.
86.
It you and you.
That was a bad
And
choice.
then
Total misplay. There you go. You brought it back at the end.
You are frying the beholder.
Yay! Time for a little bit of running. I see you, Peebles. I hold up my eye stalk.
Swaggle it in front of him.
I need to
I'm-
stitch it onto him.
This is the part where I want to Baldur's Gate just run up and pick him up and throw him into the fucking pit.
I mean, we could just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
small-
remember what happens when you kick someone into a pit, Bjorn.
Hmm.
You
don't get the
lose the loot.
Also,
We're going down to the pit anyway, I'm sure.
you also have Felrect.
Yes, he's going to employ gun. Farwick uses gun. Where is? There
Just
it
click it. I think
is.
the auto rolls advantage.
Yeah, we just had to scroll down.
Technically, it's neutral because sunlight.
21
But,
still hits though.
Yes, 21 still hits.
Oh,
Oh,
should be out of range of that.
that's a
shouldn't
point. We
Yeah.
forgot about that with Lou. Shit. You would have been in the sunlight.
Oh yeah.
We gotta get rid of that fucking thing.
You wanted to use it.
Although, what's the range? Like, you said it was 15 foot.
You don't lose any
bright
hit.
light?
Let's see. I think you lose one hit. So we
One
can,
hit.
Yeah, so we'll trim off the 4, shall we?
Yeah.
We'll just trim off the 4. There we go.
I
There
don't
we
need
go.
to see. Oh, I can get further away though. Anyway, we'll be fine.
Yeah. I
Can
mean, spreading out
actually-
might be a good idea. You never know.
Yeah.
Beholder is not looking hot.
Good.
I would assume he is, after being scorched.
Is there anything else, Lou?
That's all. I'm just gonna stare at Peebles with all 3 of my eyes. Well, 2 because I have an eye patch on.
What? Oh yeah, that one. Okay. Sorry, brain didn't work.
Can you put the
Uzana.
eye patch? Can you put the eye patch on the beholder eye?
If I didn't have to wear it again, maybe.
Well, first things first, I'm gonna send Marshmallow to go with the kids. So if Marshmallow vanishes, they know what happened.
And Green is dead.
She's probably told them this before as well.
Yes.
If you ever see Marshmallow vanish, it's because I'm gone.
So don't wait up for me.
It might
I'll
mean
play
I'm on
you bad
another.
as well.
I might be on another plane of existence.
But check where I might have fallen for my spell book.
Or spell books at this point, right?
Yeah, she's working on
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then right here, we're just gonna cast Flaming Sphere.
Yeah, it's over a hole though. It can't float.
It can't? I thought it could.
No, it doesn't really specify, but it's usually on the ground sort of thing. Because it doesn't say you can go upwards or anything with it.
She could put it like here.
Yeah, right here on the edge.
Yeah. And it auto fails the deck save.
Just don't end your
Yep.
turn beside it.
Bump. And I know it's gonna be looking for. Not really many good places to stand.
Just good idea to spread out though.
I will move over here. That's my turn.
Gadix,
This is a shit show.
No, it's fine. Go for it.
Okay.
This is why Rena will never want anyone to play Monk again.
I'm
No.
going for it.
No, this is why I, for specific bosses, have learned that they are immune to stun.
This one, however,
But I
is
use-
not.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah.
He has advantage. It's stunned.
Okay, I have advantage.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
It still doesn't hit.
Damn it, Kago. You had one job.
He tried. He's a good boy.
Okay, I
You'd also have to
two
move him.
shots.
If you don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah, he can move back.
Because of Flaming Spear.
Mm-hmm.
And where's that?
So use big boy volume for the person behind you.
No, I was fumbling. I was clicking
Oh,
myself
yeah,
up
if you
with
want
advantage.
a token, I made one quickly
Oh.
bing.
If you need
Oh,
one, I
I
have a
almost
Flaming
bit my
Spear
tongue
token.
off.
I take it that's a hit.
Yeah. I sneezed and almost bit my tongue off.
Oh
Oof.
god.
Ow.
Oof.
You should not do that. That's unhealthy.
Why? What is that? Is there anything else from Gaddis?
Yeah, give me a second.
He gets a second shot.
Yeah, I get a second shot, but oh, I was reading my.
It's a second shot. He does, he does.
Why won't it? There it goes.
Never mind.
Is that a miss? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that is a miss.
No, that's all I got then. Yeah.
We seem to
I
be
was just
looking for
reading my
about
news feed
17.
to see what it did. I can re-roll a damage die, but I don't want to on the first one.
Bjorn.
Right?
Can't wait to see this.
Well. Just gonna sling the shield on my back and take this two-handed.
Oh, it's a full action.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess I can't drop it.
Well, I mean, it's the start of
You can
combat.
drop
You might not have had the shield out.
Yeah. That is fine.
Just remember it for future, though.
Wait, hang on. Why is it? Uh-huh. Why is it
I would-
why is it +7 for one-handed and +5 for two-handed?
You have dueling,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, just guess I'll
so
just
it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. Oh, I put it on advantage. Let's see.
Get hit.
You're in fact better off using it one-handed.
Yeah. So 17.
Yep.
And, you know, just for the hell of it, I'm gonna slap on fire runes. So he's even further restrained. He's gonna take 2d6 fire damage.
This is not how you expected his day to go.
Nope, this is not how he thought his day was gonna go.
Here, Peebles, how long's your master been alive?
Longer than you could dream.
17.
Well, I'm just glad I'm here for the end of it.
And you know what? Let's
Fuck
just
you.
action surge.
You've got a second attack normally.
Yeah, but he's done two.
Ah, he's done two.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Didn't
Yeah.
see the text box shown.
Get hit.
15. Does a 17 hit?
17 does not hit.
Adjudication to the
Okay.
Malgurnet.
Alright, well. That's the end of my turn. I'm just gonna move back so the flaming sphere doesn't get me.
Anything from Eldeth?
Yeah, 2.
Nope. But she is at advantage yet. Oh,
There's
there we
one.
go. Then
Free
So 3
damage.
piercing.
Why is he so shite with a bow?
she rolled a 1.
Yes, he rolled a 1 in damage. Remember, I'm the one rolling the damage here.
No, it's just, why is he so shite?
Because he was only supposed to be a short-use character.
No,
don't
they
think-
do expect you to possibly bring her all the way through.
Yeah.
And even, but yeah.
They
yeah,
just don't care
do.
about making it reasonable for you to do that.
Yeah, eventually I do plan on trying to bump your people up and stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah,
a little
because
bit
she has
later.
23 health.
Yep.
Yeah.
She has less health than Hooten.
Yes, because I did bump up Hooten. Hooten is getting bigger.
Good.
All right. Well, that's
Speaking
the
of-
intro.
Yeah.
Now, it's a tough one, this. Do I go in for the melee, or do I go for the big spell? Like, how ragged does this thing look?
It's looking bad.
It'd be bad for who? Yeah, let's. I mean, let's
You got a
give it a
backup
go.
character, right?
Yeah. In we go.
No, not Hooten.
I think that's
You
a
hit?
hit. 14.
Oh, it's almost. You might have malgurned it.
No, I did not. My turn was not over. I punch it right through its fucking eye.
And Bernard, you might want to let go of the beholder as it dies and starts drifting down into the cavern at increasingly.
Now, hang on. We
Increasing
need more
speed.
drinks with the behold eyes.
Alright, haul it up. Fling it.
I flick it back onto the platform that we're on.
You know what? I've got a bit more movement too.
Peebles is absolutely wailing about how dare you kill the master.
And now he's got something to cry about.
Let's go, Hooten.
Her first crit, I'm so proud.
Bites his lip.
Just gets him
He
right
just
on the
nails
edge.
his ankle.
Yeah, just gets him right in the edge of the foot. There's a toe possibly coming off.
It's just the ball joint of the ankle. That worst place ever. Just chop.
Oh, that's nasty. I heard the beak scrape against the bone. That's my turn.
Well, it's also his turn.
Yep.
He has opinions. Does the 13 hit Hooten?
I imagine so. Let's see. Our AC's 10, yeah, so those both hit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to do the thing. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna try to roll a 4 and get rid of it for Hooten.
She's fine. She can shrug this off.
No, she's fine.
All
I need
right.
help,
She
obviously.
no. Well, she doesn't take 4 damage. No.
He's
Wait. She
going
still
for the
does.
little
No,
thing.
never mind. She
That's
still
a
does.
good use of sorcery points right there.
You couldn't change the future.
If it was me, I would have been fine. But
That's all right though. When hitting her, she's just clamped her beak down harder.
Yep. Nadrax, you have a very salty Svirfneblin.
He's going to get even more salty.
So, was it 50-50 you're expecting this, Rena?
I was fully expecting this.
Look at its stat block. Look at what was not used.
All of the rays.
How many rays?
Just the normal amount of rays.
How many times could he use them, though?
I just closed this sheet. 16 does not hit. Wait, 16. Wait, this is not the beholder.
Yeah, it's not the beholder.
Oh, 16 definitely hits.
Right.
He could only. It was 3 rays.
Okay. Can you get your sneak attack with this?
It's a ranged weapon. I can use my dexterity for it.
Okay, it
so-
is a ranged weapon, not a spell attack. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case. Peebles is looking Manuel.
Don't stab animals. It's unhealthy.
She bit me! And you killed the master!
Yes.
She
Aye.
was fully in her right to do so.
Horik did an amazing job there. Well done, wee man.
It is amazing what that ring man can do to ruin another person's day.
Speaking
Anything
of,
else?
Nadrax, your turn. Is it over?
Yes. I muted myself. An accident.
Okay.
Speaking of ruining days,
Horik,
here he comes again.
Horik, or Webgun, you're lighting up or you're not coming through.
Balls.
Yeah, because I saw the little light, but I heard no sound.
Am I coming through now?
Yes.
Now we are.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be much room over there for me to get in at this guy.
You could always get him with a dart.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Let's just throw a dart at the fellow. Unless... there is a way I could murder him. No, I've done enough already.
You hit? Horik, you throw that dart and it nails the little shit straight in the eye. And he drops.
We just
We're out of
defeat. You just beat a beholder with 0 damage.
Just to see how this would have gone.
Whoa!
Who would have enjoyed?
Holy fuck!
Who would have enjoyed 64 damage?
What is that roll?
That's a disintegration ray.
Oh, goodbye,
So
Lou.
good.
Yeah.
Galaxel's gonna be pissed.
I'm dead 1.5 times.
Oh, that wouldn't matter because as long as it does more than your health, you are instantly disintegrated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have to put Death Ward on you.
Keep me
Even
away from
better.
holders.
That's one of the few times where I've rolled well.
Yep.
I can probably reconfigure Kago for elves.
Nothing below half.
So that could have happened.
Thanks to Horik, it didn't. It
Yeah.
was all because of a DC 13. How fucked is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you are now in the circular cavern. And looking down, you can see what seems to be the shattered remains of petrified foes and something that is kind of glowing-ish down at the way bottom.
What do you reckon that down there is?
He's got spider climb on a rope.
How deep is it?
About 100 foot.
Well, Bernard changes back to normal size and looks to either the monk or the rogue to see who wants to go down.
Thalric can levitate down if none of the actual party members want to go. Not that he's not an actual party member, it's just he's not a person that exists.
Just saying he's mildly expendable.
Can we also let someone down on a rope?
That's what I just said.
We have plenty of rope, I think.
Hey, at least we've got more than enough for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So either spider climb or rope.
I still have that magic rope. I must have it somewhere.
Yeah, you have it.
Yeah, you've been playing with it constantly.
It's not on this sheet. It's on the old sheet. Better move it over. Oops.
Yeah, who wants spider climb?
You know, it's always fun to use. I'll have a go.
Right, bang! You're hit with spider climb. You've got. I can't remember how long, but you got plenty of time.
It's happened a few times. I fucking love this effect, as he just walks over the edge and attaches the wall by his boots. Alright, let's have a wee careful jog down.
It's an hour. He's got
Yeah.
plenty of time as long as you
Yeah,
don't,
got plenty of
don't stop
time.
concentrating.
Yeah. Well,
Down
I'll
at the
toss a rope
bottom.
back anyway, just in case. You never know.
You take the rope with you. Take the end of the rope down anyway, just in case you want to tie something off for
Exactly.
us to haul back up.
See, y'all are doing it the hard way. I just cast Featherfall on me and Kago, and we jump.
Alright.
How are you gonna get up again?
That's the thing. That's what I say to him as he's floating past me. How are you getting up, Gatix?
He's just floating down slowly, going.
As I'm just keeping up with a light jog on the wall.
He's just floating down with his arms crossed. You can tell he's thinking.
How's Kago getting up?
Just looks at Kago. Kago makes no expression as usual. He'll figure it out.
Just waggling the end of a rope in his direction.
Alright, start tying the rope together.
Well, we'll see what's down here first, since we're both down here.
No excuse for not coming back with loot now, guys.
You know, I even have a third way up. My wife's a gravity mage.
As you all touch down at the bottom.
I've even got a fourth way. I can just muscle my way up.
Yeah. But once you get down there, you see it seems to be a bunch of petrified bits and baubles from adventurers who have made their way into his home. However, you can see the glowing thing that you saw is a red gem that seems to be on the hilt of a short sword.
Oh.
It looks important.
Does it look like it's occupied?
That would be an arcana.
Gatix, do you have detect magic on you?
I do not. I can see invisibility.
Alright, we'll have a wee shifty of it, okay?
Can I learn detect magic? Is that on my list?
You're an artificer, I imagine you would.
Artificer, yes.
Just not one you needed because Uzana had it.
I was gonna. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, roll Arcana on it. Have a wee shifty. Don't touch it, we've had bad luck with gems before.
You don't think it looks occupied, but it looks magical.
It's empty.
Alright, let's loop this around a bit. I carefully put the rope around the short sword handle and such without touching the fucking thing. Luckily, I know many nautical knots. Alright, this next bit's gonna be tricky. I hope you got all fucking ready, because I've got to bring up a dog as well.
Alright, get the golem over here.
Right, get Gatix on get Gatix on like a backpack. Kago underarm. Just start
Alright, let's
stomping
gather
up the wall, using the rope to speed things up a bit. You really didn't think about part 2 of that, did you?
Hey, look, it worked, didn't it?
No. Without me, you'd still be down there. We'd be laughing.
No, that's what the rope is for.
You didn't bring the rope. I did.
They can throw the rope. Gravity takes care of that.
After we finish laughing. The acoustics here are pretty great for a knocking. And we come to the surface.
At which point, you get to examine the short sword. Who wants to examine the short sword?
Wifey.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
right.
speaking of rope trick is on the artificer spell list.
That seems a very Gaddic spell, somewhere you can hide.
Yeah, I feel like I need to make room for that.
Where is the littlest? Get out of there! Not coming out. You can't make me, literally. The spell magic.
You bastard.
Just fucking drops like a rock.
Are we identifying the sword?
Yes.
You find that this is a flame tongue short sword.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
You can use a bonus action to speak this magic sword's command word, causing flames to erupt from the blade. These flames shed bright light in a 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40 foot. While the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target's hit. The flames last until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or sheath the sword.
I'm interested.
That's a very good sword.
Is it a +1 or a
So-
+2 or anything?
It's a flame
is
tongue,
just-
so isn't it +2?
It doesn't say, actually.
It depends. Don't forget, it is
Yeah.
module specific.
Ah, true.
Yeah, all it said was flame tongue.
And it probably is the +2 version in.
Aren't
Weirdly,
they
hold on.
usually just regular?
Yeah, I thought they were just
Oh, they're
magical.
Let's see.
Let me pull up the specific one again.
Flame tongue. Yeah, generic variant. Okay, so it could be anything. So yeah, probably not even a plus anything.
Yeah, it's not a plus anything.
Yeah.
It just has an extra 2d6 fire damage.
It would still be an upgrade to Fanstoy.
It would be. And
Which
then
means we
you
could
have-
give Luz Ma's sword.
I will point out I just got a plus in my dex last level up, so I'm more ready to stab things than ever.
You are, yeah.
What, you got a +3 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, if
So-
no one else wants it more, I would grab it. And
There we
hand
go.
Fanstoy over to Lou.
My sword has abandonment issues. I can't. Well, my hammer has abandonment issues.
What are the stats on the other? It's a dagger, right? Or is it a sword?
It's a
It's a
short,
short sword.
sword,
Short
and
sword.
it has something about redirecting directly aimed spells, which I have not used once.
Isn't it
since I
also
got
your
it.
source of blind sight?
No,
No,
that's,
that's
the
the
other
dagger.
Okay.
The sword, it can absorb a spell. Right now, it has a healing word in it. Anything under level 3. Oh, thank you. He just posted a tabletop.
Okay, I'll grab that then. I just
Does
marked
it-
down it has healing word right now.
Yeah, because it's not better than Horix +2.
It has one of
And-
Harsh's healing words, so whatever his stats are for that. Do you have a +4 or a +5?
+5. I am the mightiest. I'm just trying to think, like, the only other person who'd be using. I mean, Bjorn needs his +2. It's 3d6.
Right now, right now I have a +10 to all my attacks. Because I also increased my strength, so it's
I was tempted by that, but I stuck with Warcaster. Even though I only get really one benefit from it. But advantage on concentration saves is important.
Oh, I need
Yes.
to. Ooh.
Because I don't have any melee cantrips. And most of my spells are just verbal.
Well, you all march your happy butts back down and explain that you all were sent on a wild goose chase.
There was no gorilla for sale.
But we are dragging the beholder corpse behind us.
Yeah.
On the
We
bright
found
side, I think
something.
we've done some good here.
Was there any gold coins at the bottom of that hole, or
There was not,
Bodies.
just the sword.
I'm
I'm feeling
pretty
the coins were in the pockets.
I'm pretty sure what we're looking at here, as he just runs his hand around the eye stalks, is the only thing you were interested in collecting.
Speaking of collecting eye stocks, I'm going to take Peebles. I mean, not his actual eyes, the beholder eyes that he took.
You're
Also-
now holding 2 stocks.
You now have 2 eyes.
Maybe I'll grab some more off the beholder too while we're here.
Luke, you've got to.
Bjorn has a point about the drinks.
I mean, I could take a second track at that disintegration ray.
I'm not casting Gentle Repose on this thing every fucking day. We're taking the skull at least. But I'm not using a spell slot to keep this fresh until we get to a taxidermist.
Once the eye stocks start to smell, I'm sure I'll throw them away.
I'd hope.
But for
they're
now,
already smelling?
smelling great, like cinnamon rolls and flowers.
You must be well chuffed, Horik.
Yeah.
Don't eat them.
I did. Yeah, no, not eating beholder.
No, not that there. I'm just talking about the fact that that's basically your kill right there.
It was a team effort. I did my part.
Yours was the biggest part, which is not usual.
Mm-hmm. Take the credit where it's due.
Yeah.
It's definitely due.
You
Well,
d-
I mean, if we consider the first drow priestess we took down, that was also pretty much Horik.
It was. But you completely dismantle almost fearsome creatures that floats in the Underdark.
That was today. Tomorrow it may accidentally blast us.
Well, not this one.
that
Until we
one's
get
dead.
Yeah, until we get to Garrix's tent, where we just hear zap and boom. We just check and everything is dust.
Oh, that's gonna be great. Yeah, I found out what spell I'm gonna swap out. I don't need a tent no more. I got rope trick. Next time I rest.
Don't bother me. Whoop.
Spell magic. Boom.
You bastards.
I can always get him out.
No, let him have it. Rope trick lasts an hour.
Wait for him to fall asleep because he didn't read the spell properly. I'm not coming out until she leaves.
I'm not gonna... Remember that favor you owe me, Nadrax? Get rid of her.
I'm not being coy about either. I literally mean get rid of her.
He hands you a second gun.
She just looks at you. Nadrax, have you paid your guild taxes? I'll give you a discount if you don't.
What
I can
guild
put-
taxes?
I can put on Garrix's charter.
no.
He'll say that's one of his designs after all. I can corroborate.
But you do all trudge through the worm writhings. It takes several days. But the ring is still pointing you in a direction and you're trudging along. There is still some bickering and fighting and random nonsense that you all are having to deal with.
Of course.
But it hasn't overblown yet. And as your large crew has continued trudging along, you hear singing.
I'll take the couple start singing.
Oh no, this is ahead of you.
Is it pleasant or awful?
I mean, they're not great at it, but this isn't like I'm going to chop off their head.
It's also not discordant voices that should never form such songs.
You haven't heard this type of voice before. You don't think it's the type of voice that should really be singing, but
Alright, Harton makes like nearly every fucking scene in the prequels as Dawnbringers Unleashed. Every city is just the fucking lightsabers. Even the kids got little baby lightsabers.
You actually notice one of the songs comes out in common. Those of you who are familiar with Dwarvish, another one comes out in Dwarvish. You hear a couple in Giant.
Not for
One or
fuck's
two
sake.
in Undercommon.
Oh,
Oh no. No, no.
And you all approach. Are you trying to sneak up on this singing voice, or are you just gonna waltz in?
Yeah, we'll give it a go to be quiet. Why not? It's a bit of a laugh.
The singing, they'll be distracted anyway, but we may as well at least try and stay stealthy.
Oh yeah, look at that. Could have been so good.
You know what? Keep rolling. I just want to see if Harton's the only reason y'all fail.
Looking like it.
Harton is the only reason y'all have failed so
Oh,
far.
wait.
including
Hang on,
you.
hang
Oh,
on.
we're doing this? Oh shit.
There's a few more to go.
I'm blind. I can't find the button.
There we go.
There we go. See?
Rosanna.
why is Bernard considered heavy armor?
Yeah, I was just wondering that too. I thought my scale mail was medium.
Oh no, but that is disadvantage, so it's just classifying as
scale-
heavy format.
Because I
Oh,
used
yeah,
to wear
forgot.
scale mail
Yeah,
until
forgot
I
you
got
scale
this.
mail.
Yeah.
You got to get yourself a smooth metallic body
Harton
armor.
and Uzana are the
Put your
problem
shirt back
children.
on.
What? I'm just greasing the joints.
Oh no, I don't wear a shirt. Like, remember that character I made in City of Heroes? That's what Gaddix looks like. It's just
Oh.
I am a bronze god.
Trousers been gone for months.
I'm literally a Ken doll. Get used to it.
But you all try to sneak up on this singing thing, and as you come around the corner, there's a. It's not a large cavern, but you know, it's wide enough. And you see a basilisk.
Oh.
Singing a happy little tune.
Wait.
He's.
Blue,
yes,
no. Sorry,
He's
force of
singing
habit.
currently a lovely little ditty in Giant, if any of you speak Giant.
I've got my crystal up.
His eyes are downcast, and he doesn't seem to hear you until Harton stumbles a little bit. Uzana tries to shush him, and he turns around to look at you all. But you notice when he does this, he keeps his eyes down. He's not looking straight up at you to petrify,
Mm.
and he just says, "About time you lot have arrived."
But
Did you?
Here's the funny part about this. He says that first in Undercommon, then in Giant, and he keeps going through the list of languages he knows until he
somebody
thinks
responds.
that you all are probably common. He settles in on about time you lot have arrived.
Yeah,
Come on.
Bjorn already picked it up when he was speaking giant.
Right. Come on. The library bid me guide you to the gates, and I've waited too long for you already.
Interesting choice of envoy.
It's a good idea. It's a great choice. Right, good job.
It just kind of chirps at you.
Alright, off to the library we go. Are you an enchanted basilisk or just assuming the form?
I am a basilisk. I've been awoken.
Ah, right.
I've been
Another good idea.
there for
Lou's gonna get the damn it.
Alright, my mate here is going to have all sorts of questions for you.
that is really impressive singing.
Oh,
It's quite nice, aye.
thanks. Sometimes I get bored. That's what happens when you're, a helper in a timeless library. You get time sometimes. Let's go.
Impressed by your range of languages as well. Is it just the songs? Well, no, it's because you're great at so many other dialects. Well educated.
Well, I speak Common, Dwarvish, Giant, of course, because this is Graven Hollow Library.
course.
And Undercommon.
Ah,
Still quite a selection.
it's a good
Like
read.
a polyglot.
I am, yes. I'm actually quite intelligent, by the way. Don't think I'm one of those stupid basilisks.
Hey, they're all kind of smart in their own way, even though they're kind of dumb.
As your one is just eating its own tail. Not
Yours
in a
is
playful
awoken,
way,
and it
or
is
just
very dumb.
eating.
Yes, we are aware that it is not awoken and very dumb.
I've read about it in my Volo's guide.
He's a baby. Don't be mean to the baby, even though it doesn't understand us.
Well, come along. Stop. We can blather on about things as we walk. All right,
Yeah, we can
we're
walk
about a
and talk.
days out.
Oh, and I do appreciate you averting your gaze.
Oh well, I was trying to do that. When I first got to the library, that was a bit of a problem. I mean, it is a benefit when people try to attack somebody in the library. I can just petrify them and problem solve.
So you can't just turn it off. You can't just look at things without petrifying.
No,
Glancing over at Lou.
that has caused issues. But it's
Mm.
all right because I have learned how to fix it if I do something stupid.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, you should
There's
be
a
very proud.
spell. I learned a spell for it.
Oh, that's most impressive.
That's better than what I was thinking of.
I was thinking of a hat. Yeah.
I can only cast it once per day, though. So please try not to walk directly in my view and try to get my line of sight immediately, or I might petrify you, and then
We'll
I'll
do
wait
our
until the
best.
end of the day to try to fix you.
Just hope you don't startle easily.
You know, if
No.
you ever get your hands on some pretty large crystals, could probably fancy make some large glasses for you.
Well, I prefer being able to look at people and petrify them if I need to as part of my
you
job
just lift
as
up the
guard.
glasses.
Well, he's a walker. He's
I
not got
don't-
thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have hands.
Is there a spell to give random things arms?
Yeah, mage hand.
We can build you an arm.
Oh yeah.
We should be on our way.
Oh, we
Please, yes, thank you.
are. We are. We're on our way.
Well,
We're
I'm
just-
quite surprised it's taken you this long to get here. I mean, the library had been sending you some visions for a while there, lady.
He means you,
He's talking
Zana.
to Uzana.
I know. I don't remember getting much.
It was your
You did occasionally. You were getting dreams.
yeah. It was your most
Oh,
erotic dreams of being in a huge library by yourself.
I had to just look up an image how the basilisk actually looks like. Yeah, I can see how it might have issues working goggles.
Oh, those.
I made the basilisk with sunglasses earlier. It came out pretty good.
Yeah, Gaddix, we can make him an artificial arm to lift the sunglasses.
Just
No,
have-
I was more like, if anything, Gaddix wants to make him like solid sunglasses to block out the eyes because I still don't trust that fucking thing.
I mean,
like-
You still have the goggles.
we could just go simpler in design. If we just put out a little sort of extra protrusion on one side, he could just simply turn his head and push it against the floor a bit to raise the goggles.
Because I still think that thing needs covers over its eyes for our safety because I don't trust Lou.
Oh, Lou's one of these to be blinded.
And he has no defense.
You
I do have a
can't.
sword. Then...
You can't just go making a beloved pet out of any old monster. Walks past with Putin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
If I
What-
may suggest, if you're hoping to contact people, maybe try an opening letter with an invitation. I mean, it was a lovely library, but I was, I just thought, oh, I'd like to go there. But not sure how I would get there.
Well, you'll have to tell the library that. I'm not the library.
a bit
No,
of
I was trying
signage
to
would
pass
help,
on.
you know.
Secret library ahead.
Well, at least your dreams are a bit more interesting than what I got.
Besides, you all have to remember, the library can only be found when it wants to be found.
We weren't aware of this. We'd only learned about it a few weeks ago.
Well, that's how it works. Let's go.
hmm
And off we scuttle on our lizards.
Yeah, you can tell it's a bit testy. He's polite. He's trying to be polite, but you can tell he has a bit of a temper. For the most part, if you all don't directly ask him a question, he's just walking straight to the library.
And now Lou rides up beside him.
Awakening basilisks. That's a good idea.
Do you say that to him or your friends?
To everybody. Everybody has to know. All the NPCs. Every single one of them.
Even Peebles.
Lou is now a threat.
Streaming.
Well, it
Felric
clearly
just looks.
It clearly reduces the risk of getting stoned on accident.
Felric just goes, well, do we know anybody who can awaken things?
Did the library awaken you, Mr.
As I just look at our trio of druids.
Yeah, he just sort. No, the library did not awaken me. I was a gift to the library from a druid.
I know druids.
Yes.
Slatus and Amaranth both admit that they are not possessing the power of awakening.
Well, that guy eats people, so.
But Burm's getting ever closer.
Slowly. And then I'll ask for, let's see, need 1,000 gold and a gem of some description.
It's an expensive investment.
Yeah, quite a bit. But it's okay. You have a sugar daddy.
That and the animal needs to have a intelligence of less than 3.
Yep.
Not a problem.
It does. This is no problem.
The only trick will be, will it trigger on the basilisk or Lou?
Haha.
I should have bumped my intelligence, not my dex.
Right, you don't mean I'll cast it on Hooten first, just for shits and giggles?
I mean, obviously you're casting on Hooten first, but that's because you'll get paid for it. Whereas Lou, you'll have to take an IOU until he does enough break into earthwork.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with Hooten, of course, it's just the resentment of the party that their petty cash was spent in this way.
I mean, do you even want Hooten to be awakened? He's kind of cute. He's just not stupid.
Jenk's just wondering, when am I going to attend Wizard School at Blackstaff Tower? Oh, in a few more years at this rate.
Depends on how many more animals Barton has to awaken.
I think we can put that in the back burner. You can learn a lot more out in the field as an adventurer.
Hooten is just gonna walk up to James and going, let's be honest, child, it was much more of a greater investment in I being able to possess knowledge of this kind than you.
Yeah, we sent Hooten to college instead of Jenks.
Yeah, Awaken's only one more spell level higher and I'll have it. Oh dear.
Yeah, there's a couple. That's. We've got very expensive spells ahead of us. Like, the amount of diamond dust I will need to snort for greater restoration. There's a lot of people to deal with. Just gotta get absolutely fucking blitzed on it, nose bleeding profusely, just touching people on the head, going, you're cured, I'm fucking a god right now!
And Harton starts the weirdest cult probably in the Underdark somehow.
It's just to imagine, like, you know, if that's the material component is ground up diamond dust, like 500 gold worth, I just see him snort it off his hand as part of the casting process.
His new casting focus is just a key.
Just do a quick dab, you know.
Yeah.
Every time he's
Alright,
about
let's fucking go.
every time he's about to cast it, he just rubs his gums.
Casting focus, a rolled up $10 bill.
It's 100. We're rich.
It's an important ritual I need right now. I need a mirror, I need a razor blade.
Oh god. The razor blade breaks because it's a fucking diamond trying to cut. There's so many.
It's not diamond anymore. He's found another method.
It's crystal, okay? It's just the same.
Just easier to dice up, and effects seem to be even better.
I thought you said you learned Snillock Snowball. No, is Highball. And off we go to the library.
Yes. Once you get closer, the
Let-
basilisk, who does eventually give his name as Veldaskar, says, could you consider leaving some of your contingent here? We could probably fit them all, but this is a lot.
The big robot can stay behind.
If they don't have a name, they can stay behind.
They all actually have names, but
I only know the Order of the Gauntlet one, so who cares? Moving on.
yes, generally, are you fine with leaving everybody that isn't part of your general party?
Aye.
Yeah.
Right. So you do all head off, and eventually you do actually have to make camp for one more night. But you approach. Let me actually reveal this area.
A dot.
Let me reveal the name too. And then you realize how close you were from where you destroyed the Lithids and Drow. They're like less than a day's travel away. But you approach Graven Hollow Library. The big giant stone entrance doors are flanked by these two giant... At first you think that they're just statues, but as you start walking up the steps, you see them actually turn their heads to watch your group as you ascend.
Should it be
I was
great?
waiting for Jack to read.
The giant doors, you would think would take... if you could give me another cup, honey. Sorry, I was ordering coffee. You would think that the giant... you would think that the giant stone doors would take some effort to open, but Vladiskar just walks up and he just kind of noses them, and they just swing open quite easily. He turns and, keeping his eyes down, tells you, all right, go straight ahead. Just straight ahead. Don't go anywhere else. Straight ahead. Okay?
All right, Woozy, give me your hand.
And he disappears down a side passage as quick as you can. Quicker than you can blink.
Right. I'll keep a hold of you just in case. We're about to enter a place of untold, ever-increasing knowledge.
I was about to pull out the harnesses for the other people.
It's alright, they can't read.
Walking across the threshold of Graven Hollow is like stepping into another realm. The oppressive gloom of the Underdark is replaced by light and a sense of openness that brings back memories of the surface world. The corridor beyond the gates is wide enough for 10 people to walk side by side, and the ceiling's height reminds you of the great halls of Gauntlgrim. The corridor opens into a central well, with walkways crossing it to span to the opposite side. You can barely see the ends of the level to your right and left, with doors opening into so many rooms that you doubt you could explore them all in a single day. The ceiling is bright, with rainbows trapped in hundreds of crystal formations, combining to create a warm and inviting illumination. Looking down into the well is a dizzying experience. Staircases connect to different levels below, and you soon lose count of how far they go down. A stout and rocky creature detaches from the perfectly smooth wall to your left, leaving an imprint of its body in the wall that quickly smooths itself out and fades away.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Travelers, I am Horm. The masters are occupied. There are rooms for all of you. Please do choose your own. The resources of Graven Hollow are at your disposal. You only need ask.
Well, thank you very much.
So we're now allowed to wander a little bit instead of just going straight ahead. We were warned about that just at the door.
Oh, no. He was just sending you down to me.
Ah.
For rooms, the easiest one, and he points, just go down that hall and then up the stairs. You will find rooms.
Alright.
Just pick any of them that you want as long as they're not occupied. If you follow the instructions I gave you, let's see. Yes, there should be, it'll be a block of 10 2 are occupied, so some of you might have to go to the next floor up.
Okay.
You currently have visitors.
Yes, of course.
Is one of them a bit flamboyant looking?
No?
Just checking.
Who are you looking for? Give me descriptions.
Large hat, feather in it, eye patch that he likes to switch sides of.
No.
Alright, hopefully. Don't know the rest of his disguises.
No, trust me, the one you would definitely know, and the other's a drow.
Oh,
Fuck's sake.
Oh.
Alright. Well, we'll see if we come in contact with him.
You'll know if you do. They are very distinct.
I imagine so.
And with that, you see him walk back into the wall and melds back into the wall.
Yeah, cheers for your hospitality. Alright, let's get ourselves situated.
Following the instructions, you do find the rooms as promised. You do notice that the first 2 on the right seem to be locked. They don't open to you. However, all the other rooms on this floor, they open into very plain rooms. Double bed.
well, guess we can't complain. Plenty of room
Hey.
in the bed.
You'll find a way to, don't worry.
Yep, it is a double bed, a single end table, and a wardrobe.
Only got the scruffy rogue clothes, what the fuck? Apparently most of the Sword Coast dressed like hobos. Oh, we've got a lot to pour through soon.
So I assume all of you claim a room.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that when you leave the room, the door locks. It appears that you are the only ones who can access your rooms. The library is aware of whose room belongs to whom.
Fancy.
All right then. Guys, can you make a door like this?
I fucking love a door like that.
And Hart and Uzana, do you all check to see if the room unlocks for both of you or just one of you?
Yes.
You do find that it definitely responds to both of you, and when you open the door, it is an entirely different room than when you left it. You know, you were originally, it's like, okay, that was just a room. Oh boy. You now see it is a fairly spacious room with a giant king-size bed. Oh gods.
Mine is 2 sentences. One of those is a small sentence.
Yeah, the funny part is, the only part I think that has changed from Uzana's is I would definitely say there's a couple of floor pelts. You know what? Uzana,
Yes.
read the room description.
Absolutely. Let's see. The doors flanked on each side by a similar nightstand side table of a dark brown wooden hue, a symbol of Valkyr on one, a statue of an open tomb on the other, no writing or the craftsman's choice of language, but message approved, of course. A rich blue-purple rug swathed with a gold trim and outlines with small designs accented in green to keep a rich ocean motif. It is a fairly spacious room with an entire wall, the right wall, dedicated to bookcases, approximately 3, with one being separated from 2 by a comfortable plush chair of a nice green-blue color with a nightstand and a golden candelabra with 3 spokes for lighting candles. A small portrait above to help place something to the wall, likely a family portrait. The other wall, that's the left, is dedicated to Harton, symbols of Valkyr, his conquest, and his good times immortalized. Perhaps a portrait of him with the Dawnbringer on one side and him giving a big hug to animals with children on the other one, closer to the back of the room away from the main entrance door. I'd imagine a pedestal with a book of Valkyr's teachings, a weapon rack holding symbolic weapons to Harton, and a small rug near the door for some pets to nap on. A new rug for each, so that'd be 2 for our more landbound friends. There would also be a door between the 2 portraits, same color and tone as the rest of the Darkwood, with a sign on the door saying Jenks, Squidly, and Nat's headquarters, so the children can have their own room easily accessible. The bed lays in the back and center of the room, each side dedicated to its owner. Uzana to the right with a nightstand, candelabra of gold, and with a small collection of books underneath, likely matching on her husband's side with some of the toys beneath his stand and his first teachings of Valkyr, if they are not secured in a glass case beneath his Dawnbringer portrait. The walls have a pair of tapestries, one to his god, one to the pursuit of knowledge, with a shared portrait of husband and wife kissing above the main headboard. The bed itself is the same rich dark brown wood with a dire seal or walrus-based bedspread, a nice teal bunch of sheets below, 2 pillows for each, likely goose down as gull down sound just a bit cases matching in teal color with a little gold trim. At the foot of the bed is a chest containing memories and emergency supplies should the home be invaded or a fast retreat being had, containing a spare spellbook, a holy symbol, the adoption papers, the animal permits, and a small notebook in whose name caused the incidents that had the emergency chest used, so they may be disciplined and dealt with.
Holy
I think you're giving her an inspiration.
I have, yes.
Meanwhile, my one is, it'd be the expected thing. Lavish Viking room, lots of lush pelts, big dark wood bed, soundproof door with big locks.
Yeah, and that's why I said a lot of that was covered in what Uzana did. The only thing is, I'd say more plush animal rugs.
A lot of portraits. A lot of pictures.
Yes!
And yes, the door does connect to the children's room. They have not a bunk bed, it's a triple bed. Just straight up.
They might finally have a divider, you think? Nat wouldn't want some privacy for a change?
No, she's perfectly cool with, she just has the tippy top bunk.
Of course she gets the top one.
But yes, there's... It's less personalized as one can tell, but each of their bunks has a different kind of style for it. But there is a lot of toys for them to pick from.
Yeah, we let them have a look in the room Uzana built, just so they can get an idea of personal effects and style.
They do find it quite impressive.
That is... It's just walking up to the portrait of him with the Dawnbringers. That is, auspicious. I hate to imagine what's in Bjorn's room at this... If it can conjure up this sort of thing.
Bjorn's room is actually quite lovely. Assuming he has not kicked Eldeth out, it is shared with Eldeth. Thankfully, they have the same kind of style. This room has a well-made king-size bed frame with a firm mattress.
It's a fucking tavern with a bed in it.
The cupboards and closets are made of a mix of stone and metal, proper dwarven style. And there is a mannequin for each of their armors to be placed upon. The walls are intricately carved with dwarven imagery. And there's some tapestries and paintings that depict different moments in dwarven history, including the reclamation of Gonfalgrim. And the floors are covered in mostly fur carpets. Eldeth finds this quite impressive.
And if you stick a quarter in, the bed vibrates.
Just look at that as putting the hand on the mattress. Look at that. Not even sinking in. Oh, that's some firmness right there.
Smacks his hand off it. Look at that. It's left a bruise. That's the good stuff.
Who's going to be next to check out their bedrooms?
I would say gold coin on it, and it just gets flinged up and launched into the ceiling.
For Galaxy's Justice Workshop.
Gaddix's is quite interesting. I got a very interesting picture. It is
Yeah.
a small little area. I'm going to assume you have a tiny work table in there at least.
Yeah, but it's like one of those the Google napping pods.
Yep.
Was
there
what I was
is a
going
bed
for.
in it
Yeah.
with like a dome that goes over the top.
I was thinking like a Japanese pod hotel sort of bleakness.
I thought about that, but no, I was like, no, I need to get one of those like napping chairs with like the sensory deprivation domes, like that.
Oxygen
But it
temp
also
beside him, he can
includes-
just aerate in.
Although Gaddix never would have dreamed it, it has the world's best workshop all along the singular wall.
So I'm not going to be getting much sleep.
Yeah, everything about it is just flawless for
I just imagine like he's standing there with Bjorn and they're both thinking the same thing. I'm not going to get much sleep, but Gaddix has the bigger smile.
Yeah.
Look at all those tools. They need broken in.
There we go. Yeah. Is it like this?
look.
Just thinking of the size of it
that's pretty
too.
much the one I posted. Yeah.
Yep, that is the exact one that he posted, yeah.
Except you need to cut off the front end of it so it's just extending at the orb.
Meanwhile, Horix is quite lovely. It's been posted in Tabletop. It is exactly what you would imagine from a halfling.
Yep, classic Hobbit hole. Has his kitchen in there as well, though.
It has
Yep.
to have a kitchen.
Mine also had a kitchen.
Meanwhile, the
Felric
druid-
disappointed as Lou opens his door and it's the same room.
Well, I didn't even think about what was in the joke with Lou's room was how you get into it. What's in the room doesn't really matter.
Well, let's see.
Well, we will cover that in a moment. We will cover the dwarven druid. He opens his door back to what effectively amounts to a giant pillow fort that's in the shape of a cave with a couple of kegs stored in the back.
I don't know, I was thinking you open the door and you just see fucking trees in front of you. You have to push through the
Pillow
underbrush.
fort. Big giant pillow fort.
He has a softer side.
Nadrex opens his to a relatively dark and humid room, mostly dark stone and wood, with a little whirlpool area adjacent for relaxation. It seems relatively simple and functional, but tasteful with some candle lighting. Generally in a small shrine to Baphomet.
Bahamut, not Baphomet.
That's what I meant. Thank you. The wrong person.
Very different.
Wrong one. But there is a big difference there. Sorry, my brain just auto-corrected. I wonder why. Meanwhile, Felrect and Lou. Oh dear. They open the door back up into the room. It is an experience. You all might want to check it out. It takes a moment to realize what you're looking at until you look upwards. And it becomes quite clear that this is inside of a cookie jar. You are on the inside of a cookie jar. However, blissfully for Felric's case, there are some elements that definitely bring some drow elements to the room. Namely, the wonderfully soft silk sheets on the bed. It's a very large king-size bed.
Spider silk, of course.
Oh yes, definitely. There's only one way you can do things here. However, the bed has been lofted, and it's covered in pillows. Underneath the area is a lovely little seating area for eating purposes. Mostly it's done in obsidian tones with lots of chairs. However, the big thing, the most important thing in this circular room is the kitchenette and the pantry. It's a moment to realize that the kitchenette and the pantry span the entire rim of the room, except for the small area that is the wardrobe. and the nightstands.
You can really tell we have potato folk in the party.
There is
Inside a cookie jar is the best place to be.
yeah, there are lots of cookies in the pantry. But
Is
The
the kitchen
kitchen-
itself made of cookie?
no. The kitchen, Horik, you just realized you're mildly jealous of this kitchen. This is a fantastic kitchen. And Lou, Felric just looks at you. We are coming back out now. We're not cooking right now. We have work.
We're inside a jar.
What are
Yes, we
some of Felix's things that are in the room?
It
The
was
pillow-covered
mostly
bed and the comfort.
it was mostly the silk sheets and the the obsidian. Like the bed is done up in obsidian and
Yeah, the aesthetic of
this
the
dining
furniture is
area.
probably his.
yeah. Everything else is his.
All the utensils in the kitchen have little spider web designs on them.
Yes.
I'm not so sure he'd be on board for that.
No, actually, that is still the aesthetic.
He likes spiders still?
It's not that he likes spiders per se, but he likes the aesthetic. It's kind of like the whole goth thing where it's like I'm a staunch, I hate everything Christian, but I still wear all these crosses everywhere. That kind of thing. But no, that's
Problem
still
is, their
aesthetic.
god's real, which is a problem.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway,
Yeah. Back to the show. Y'all have checked out your rooms. And it is time to try to find some information. It has occurred to you that this area is gigantic. How are you going to start?
Ask the librarian.
You don't see anybody.
Awaken the book. Ask the book.
Oh, what book?
Oh, I'm gonna. Bernard's gonna knock on the wall to see if I can get the attention of the thing that came out of it before.
You start to. Oh, hold on. Where is it?
Oh god, I tried to
There we go.
tried to make the dwarven bedroom. I said they had to have a mannequin in it. It is the most cursed image.
Uh-oh, what's this cursed image? Oh dear. Oh dear.
All right, let's see.
Miranda, just think
Oh
you're dead.
dear. Nope.
what are you doing down there, Bjorn? Digging deeper.
Hey, it's your boy Asmongold here.
I'm going to pretend that I've never seen that. But as you move to knock on the wall, you see from down the hall somebody has turned and has started walking down towards you. It occurs to you what the other individual, it was a Galeb Dur, what he meant when they walked down the hall. There is no mistaking that this second person is the one they were referring to. You see an older looking drow in rather fancy robes. He's actually very withered for a drow. It's something that it's occurred to you. None of you have actually seen an old drow before. Jarlaxle and maybe Gromph have been the oldest that you have ever seen.
Depends if you count the aging process of decomposition.
No. And even then, you have not seen one this old. He has full wrinkles. And behind him is walking a hulking, gray-skinned monster resembling a spiky humanoid toad. Its wide mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. The drow's pinched and lined face speaks to his great age, and his red eyes narrow and appraise you carefully as he approaches. Ah, so we have new individuals who have come to Graven Hollow.
Aye.
Welcome.
Things?
I'm Vizerin Devere. What brings you here?
To try and get answers about the current demonic incursion and why they're able to pop back so fucking quick.
Ah, I I figured you were here for the same reason I am.
I assume
Well,
it's the
it's a
current
pleasure
big
to meet
topic.
you.
Right.
Surprisingly, it seems we're the only ones that have arrived to discuss that particular topic.
Well, apparently this is a tricky place to find.
It is, isn't it? Well, did the assistants give you any information on how to actually navigate the library? I do admit that while they gave me some information, I did have to ask around.
They just told us where we can, put up for the night. Which I imagine it's going to be a lengthy stay to find what we need.
Very likely. I've been here for a 10-day myself.
Well, luckily,
Well-
luckily my wife here is a bit skilled when it comes to book learning.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a real sense of being able to figure things out. But yeah, I wonder if there was any place we could ask.
He does look Uzana over, and he gives you kind of a approving nod. And then he looks at you also. Well, my best advice is start by trying to locate the librarians. If you want to find something in Graven Hollow, simply decide that it's what you want to find, and the library will help you get there. That sounds very vague, but I assure you, once you've gotten used to it, it becomes intuitive.
It's not surprising from a place like this that can only be apparently let in if it wants you to find it.
I advise you start by trying to find one of the librarians. There are 3.
I'll give that a go.
And does these librarians look like?
Stone giants.
Yeah, of course.
This entire library only has focus on the history of giant kind and of the Underdark itself, which makes this instance, it becomes very useful.
True. Not that useful for checking out Tibetan and Waterdeep, though.
No.
Or for recipes pertaining to overland vegetables, I'm afraid, Horik.
Yes.
But you might
Well,
find some
respectful.
You might find some interesting culinary treats of the giants in the Underdark, though.
Yes.
But for now,
That
focus
was the
on
next
demons.
plan. What demons want to eat? No, I don't want to deal with that.
He tries to pretend like he's following this conversation politely, but you can tell he clearly wants to get back on topic. And he just kind of gives a little bit of a shrug and just says, well, I do suggest you get to your research. I would like to possibly get together and compare notes after you've done some work on your own.
Yeah, if we can find something of use, certainly.
After all, I believe we're both here for the same purpose, which is hopefully to solve the issue, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Solve, banish, all that fun stuff.
I have some ideas for that. So once you've done a little bit of research, circle back around with me and we'll see if my ideas have panned out. However, if you want a little tip, I have 2. Look to this drow city of Menzoberranzan. And in particular, look to its archmage, Gromf Baenri. I believe both of those names will become quite important to you. Do excuse me?
Well, back to your work. All right.
He goes into his room, and the Slod goes into its room.
Let's get some distance on him. Have a look around. Not entirely convinced by that suggestion, considering we've come in contact with that Gromf one.
He seems like the type who would summon demons for no reason.
No, he seems like the type who'd summon them specifically for a reason.
And then not admit when he fucked it up.
Possibly that, aye.
So, what is your first point of call?
Looking for a librarian.
All right.
First we have to decide what we're looking for.
Aye.
Well, if you're looking for a
Spellcheck.
librarian, yeah. If you just say that you're looking for one of the librarians, that is enough that the library will try to send you to a librarian.
Can't do that.
Do you all stay together?
Kind of want to send
I
the others
immediately run away
off
from the
just to see what happens.
Well,
We shouldn't go alone, I think.
so
Maybe
what
it's one.
exactly is it that what exactly are we looking for around here?
A comprehensive bit on demonology, particularly let's see now. Let's boil it down here. So, what's causing them to be able to skip the 100-year banishment rule? Because they're not meant to be able to be summoned immediately after they've been purged. Anything we can find on the greater demons we know of.
Anything that might cause the greater demons to all come here in the first place.
Who and why were they summoned? That's the important part out there. Who put them in Menzoberranzan and why? And then, if we can find that, how?
So I suppose a descriptor of rules, summoning rituals, and perhaps maybe points of places where you can do these summonings.
Well, it's a case of this library's quite intelligent, so just holding those vague topics in mind might help us, but if you can narrow it down, we need to find the who, the what, and the why. If we find those, we can get to the how, and we can get to the solution. But any extra details we can find out, like info on Zuktmoy or the giant fungus we're going to be dealing with, those would also be helpful.
Well, how about I escort Gattix around here and see if we can find find some list about just some basic rules. Maybe there could be somewhere around there. See where they might have been snuck around the rules.
4th edition. Who the fuck wants to keep a hold of this? If you
Does
want.
Gaddix have opinion?
Did Gattix try and say something because
Gaddix thinking.
Well, think quicker.
I'm not
I
good.
suppose we could probably find a list for Rosanna to take a gander at, or we could try and see if we can find some loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
And return to the problem children. Lou, Horik, what are we looking for?
Books
Well,
on
I-
demons.
I was just having a thought actually about that.
I'm not surprised. Let's hear it.
Obviously, our first order of business is demon stuff, but while we're here, I just want to point out that our good friend and sometimes employer is a drow who spends his time in the Underdark. Do we want any dirt on him, perhaps, just for fun?
I'm looking to the expression on Felric's face there.
You only see it for a moment as all of you hear that smack sound as he just face palms.
Lou,
Oh, I thought he smacked Lou. Okay.
your boss is surprisingly, despite his dress and attitude, is a generally private person who would not appreciate having anything about him looked up without his knowledge.
He's not a private person.
Right, he is not a private person, but his doings are quite private. His professional ones, not his personal ones.
Yeah, it was just thought. I actually care more about Art Incarnate anyway. I'm asking about those books.
Can we at least agree on that, Felric? In his business dealings, they're quite important to be private and discreet.
It's fine. You know what? Why don't I think it might be best if Lou sticks with the group.
I could also ask about the mysterious way my drow mother died.
That was on the surface, though.
She had to get there somehow.
I mean, I suppose you could maybe you could find some. Although I don't know if she's notable enough to be in one of these books, but I guess you could consider there's something about her.
Probably best not to, though. I mean, I saw it was quite unpleasant.
Well, I mean, just so he knows about what his mother did before.
Stamping on Bjorn's foot. Shut the fuck up.
If Jordan has a point, actually, I am curious.
Look, for
fuck
now
are you
we'll focus on the demonology bit.
Thelrex speaks up and says, why don't we try to find the librarian?
I still know how to answer our questions.
They'll be able to help us, and maybe they can give us more rules and things and find us to these books quicker. They are the librarians, after all.
As he thinks to himself, which means there's 3 other people involved in this. Because I don't need him looking to see how his ma died, then scroll up the page and say, also Jarlaxle boned her righteously.
It's a good thing Lou doesn't know the gestation period of a drow. He'll have no idea how long it actually would have taken.
9
assume it's
months?
9
That sounds
months, right?
ridiculous.
The part where he goes, "Oh hey, Jalaxel knew my mom."
I can ask him about that someday.
Was she cool?
Yeah, I found the Reddit post. 9 months.
Yeah, good.
It's the only source we have. Something written by Skip Williams in 2005. I'm going to assume that most humanoid races are similar.
Oh
Great
man, I wonder
questions.
if that's from the fucking edgy ecology article where it also says all the they have multiple feti that murder each other in the womb for a narcotic high on the mother.
That's
No, that was 2nd edition, I think. This is 3.5.
3.5.
No, the
Races of
ecology
the
article
Wild
was way
published-
later.
Oh.
This is 3.5 Races of the Wild. It was 2005.
I'll have to look that up again. It was a fun read. So fucking edgy. And how even kindergarten is a time of murder and death.
I found it. I'll just throw that in tabletop.
Oh, yeah. Kindergarten for a drow is not pleasant.
That's how you learn to murder. Like,
Yep.
You either learn to murder or you don't make it past kindergarten. That sounds very drow.
Mhm.
Alright.
But
We'll keep Lou with us. What about you, Easy? Any thoughts on what we should be looking for specifically?
Well, we could always look for the original document pertaining to that they have to go back for 100 years, or evidence on what created that, and that can give us a source.
Alright. We'll note that down. Well, let's go find us a librarian. There's 3 of them, so we might be able to get seen in a group.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, think library thoughts. The Dewey Decimal System. Bookmarks. No loose leaves.
There's a point in the book's lifespan in which you can eat it when it's still a plant.
Shut the fuck up, Lou.
Bound in leather. Leather comes
Late
from cows.
fees. Late fees.
Oh God. Oh no, I have a book for the Bard College still.
Microfiche reviews. That's one of the books you put in the altar. You'll never find it.
The only
Vegan
thing
recipes.
the only thing Bjorn can remember about libraries is no, you're not allowed to bring alcohol. Please step outside.
So, something of note. You won't have to make a roll because there's enough of you. I assume one of you will successfully do this.
That's
You
a
all
large assumption.
You all as a group navigate your way through, and eventually it does get to be this weird feeling where you're just like, I'll go this way. And you get the idea you're just going the correct way. It is a very weird sensation. Eventually, you work your way to an individual who he's a very large stone giant, and he's currently perusing this room full of scrolls and books. And he's moving them around on the shelves a little bit and kind of musing over it. And he turns and looks at you all. Oh, Our new visitors. Welcome. Have you explored the library much?
No, this is our first foray into it. We were looking for assistance on where we could at least roughly distribute ourselves to find the info we need.
Well, I'm fully able to assist you in those matters. I'm Ulthar. I'm the Keeper of the Past. Mostly I help Irmas. I take stuff from him that's from the present that has transferred over to the past.
Oh, the history major.
Yes, I am the one who chronicles what was.
How immediate is that transfer? Are we talking in the space of years, or something that's happened only a few 10 days ago would also be handed over?
10 day at most, sometimes immediate.
Alright.
It does depend.
I think you're the one we have to be dealing with in quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have something that could probably assist you. He moves up, and you see he reaches all the way up on this shelf, and he brings down this.
Oh, that's what that feels
crystal.
like.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, you all are a little bit.
No, it's just hard musing on
on
like, oh, that's what life is like for Horik and Gatix.
Not so tall now, are you, tall guy?
I've never experienced this before.
Sorry, the cat's just. Braider got up, put the cats back, and then he sat down, and they reopened the door, and they just wandered out like nothing happened.
That's a cat.
And they're both kind of. They're both just trying to dodge him. There we go. He's like, oh yes, I do forget sometimes the dreams from the surface do tend to be a little bit shorter than I am. I apologize. And he hands you who's standing closest to him?
Usually at the forefront.
Yeah, we'll just say he hands it to Harton.
And I pass it to Uzi.
Mm-hmm.
Who passes it to Gatix. Who passes it to Horik. Who gives it back to Uzi.
He just says,
Nard takes it and has a look at it on the way and then passes it back again.
Yeah. No, he just observes it while it's being passed, just walking around the group.
he just says, that's a stone speaker crystal. It will help you peer through the veils of time to see what you need. You both will want to be looking in the books and the physical records, while also looking through this. Unfortunately, you're only going to be able to use this once per day a person.
Mm.
What you'll need is to move. As long as you're physically standing in either the archive of the past, present, or future, you will be able to see a vision of what has happened.
Alright. Interesting.
Sorry, I was distracted. What was it?
No, I just said, thank you, that's interesting.
Yes. You'll be able to tell what archive you're in by reading the message above the doors. It's actually quite simple. And you will be able to read it. As much as everything's written in Giant, you'll be able to understand all languages here.
Excellent. Very handy. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. What brings you here exactly? What are you trying to look for?
You probably heard already, we're dealing with the demon incursion in the Underdark, and how they're just getting to come right back without being banished for any length of time. Along with the preponderance of several of the greatest demons walking around free and clear.
Oh yes, that definitely has made its way into the archives, and poor Irmas and Ustova have been working well round the clock.
Cartographers are also going to be suffering if they ever get to note down what settlements are still standing and not.
It has been quite disastrous. I do hope the situation resolves. I do not like what I've heard from Ustova. She's the
The present one, aye.
No, she's Keeper of the Future.
Oh, Keeper of the Future. Oh, I was hoping they'd be more optimistic, because obviously we're on the case.
Well, one has to remember the future is going to cover all the options. While there are definitely options where success has had, there are options where failure has been had. She does not look forward to those futures if it transpires.
I hate to imagine what the wedding would be like if it kicked off.
Oh, I did hear about that. Armas is the one, he's Keeper of the Present. He's currently very busy as well, trying to actively put all of those informations together. And then, of course, he has to find time to try to talk to Ustova and compare what happened to what she saw could happen. He's a very busy man.
I can imagine so, aye. Always, No, I won't say it. Always making sure things are present and correct.
If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. If you need one of the Galebdurs, do just walk about a little bit. Eventually you'll find one. The library is good at helping that way.
It's a very welcoming place, aye.
Oh, and I do hope you know, please do not steal anything. Do not cause violence in these halls. We don't appreciate it, and we would have to remove you, and I don't think we want that.
I had no intention of that.
Here we go. I just like to warn.
Yeah, it's good to know the rules.
Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. And with that, he turns back and starts getting back to his work.
Hope you all heard that.
Yep. Silence is
No
your
fighting.
answer.
Alright, who wants to first go in the stone?
Well, I mean, I can take a gander at the stone.
Here you go. What's your favourite kind of thing? A rock? Well, second favourite.
So, as a reminder, if you want a vision of the past, you have to be standing in an archive of the past. You're currently in that right now. If you're wanting to know something that is currently going on, you have to be in an archive of the present. And for the future, same thing.
Alright,
Well-
let's get over to the future part and see if Tiny Tim still lives.
As a note though, as I mentioned, you'll see potential options, not necessarily what is to come.
Yes, I remember what Scrooge asked on the gravestone.
Well, Bjorn will take to the past like many other dwarves always do. We'll look to the past to learn from it. Also, that's how we learn from stones. Stones have a hard time telling the future.
Oh, aye, that's why you're such a big global power in this world.
Yeah, what Usana suggested that we look into how it came to be that demons have to wait out for a while.
Yeah, I think Bjorn's probably going to trying to look at where did this all start.
What I do need a little bit of a specificness. What thing are you specifically looking for?
Yeah, where did the first of this demon summoning from that started from Mensa Branson start from?
All right. I'll interpret that. We're talking about Demogorgon, right?
Yeah. If he was
Yes,
first.
Bjorn wants to see a vision of Demogorgon at his worst.
No, he
As
just wants
real
to
as
see
it
the
can
vision
be.
of when he was summoned.
The first demon lord, effectively.
Yeah, he wants to
Yeah,
see who summoned,
Yeah,
why they summoned.
yeah.
The image starts. It's very weird, Bjorn. This is not an experience you enjoy very much. Your vision kind of clouds over, and suddenly the next thing you see is in completely different area. This is a very fancy, very drow environment. You're actually, it seems to be you're looking in on an image in the hallway. And you see two drow standing there, not doing anything. Conveniently, you actually know both of these drow. You recognize Timuriel, obviously, and you recognize Grumph Baenri. It takes a moment to realize that the reason they're not saying anything is they're likely having a psionic conversation. Camuriel is stone-faced as usual. Grumph, however, is very agitated. And you can see while he's not speaking, he's almost shifting, and you can tell from the body language he's not happy with anything in this conversation. Eventually, he does just say, "The lesson is over. I will send for you when I need you again." And Camuriel gives a very polite bow and says, "Yes, Archmage." And Grumph turns around and magically swings his door open and starts marching off into what seems to be his private sanctum. Give me a perception check.
I got put the normal there.
You recognize this, actually. Right before the door shuts, you see something that you never thought you would ever see, Bjorn. You see a wide grin paste itself on the face of Camuriel Oblodra as the door slams shut behind the very angry Archmage. You see him stomping through his sanctum, and he activates some sort of an object that pulls him into a secondary sanctum, where you can see he has a demon summoning portal. He starts flipping through this grimoire he has on a podium, and he is muttering to himself quite violently. He is not happy. You can hear through his thoughts. He wants to summon something. He wants it to be big, and he wants his idiot sister to finally see sense in how stupid this path she is on is. You hear him bring up Marilith quite a bit. You hear him bring up the idea of Baelor, and it seems like he comes down to the idea he wants to summon Baelor. And he starts casting a spell. Oddly enough, it's not the same kind of spell that you would really think of as a spell. Something seems different about it. You've seen Uzana cast things. While it still has that magical component, it seems like something else is going on. And as he starts casting, you start to notice that Phasris that seems to almost permeate the Underdark starts to spread in the room that he's in. And you notice all of a sudden the casting starts to pick up. You can see Grumph is realizing something is not quite right. This is not how he intended things to go. And he's very quickly trying to get through the spell to get it completed, as things slowly start to unravel around him. The panic starts welling, and finally, as that Phasris completely just kind of sends itself out, that's when Demogorgon shows up. You see the Archmage in pure, utter terror as he realizes something, somehow, whatever he was doing has gone wrong, and he has summoned Demogorgon into the midst of his own private sanctum. The Archmage cannot think to do anything, and Demogorgon looks at him as the Archmage starts clawing at his own eyes in pure terror before he just starts to leave. And the vision cuts out as you see Grumph does some sort of a teleport and leaves the room before Demogorgon manages to. You are now back to the present.
Okay. So Turns out Gronk is a fucking idiot. And I relay the whole story.
Might explain why he was so testy with a prince, but I imagine he's just a dick anyway.
Yeah, but he's a stupid dick.
Alright, so that's the what? Not the why, though. So it was a
I mean,
mistake.
Muriel was there. But he might know more, right?
Would have been handy if he
Right.
just fucking brought this up.
Well, you actually haven't met Camuriel since this whole thing has happened.
No, we met Grump, though.
Yes, you did meet Grump.
Yeah. He could have just fucking told us.
Yeah, like I said, I bet she's probably embarrassed to even admit it.
The one thing you noticed, yeah, Scotch, you have never seen Camuriel grin like that.
To be fair, you've
That's
seen
something
him
unsettling.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Camuriel has that affect.
Yeah,
where
he just
anything
has
that isn't
resting
a
bitch
blank
face.
Look, yeah, almost blank. Anything but that just looks wrong on him.
So it sounds to me like some sort of trap was set.
Question: This Stoneshine's Prism. What were the rules for that again? Can you use it however often you want, or
Once per day,
once
for
per day?
past, present, or future. I have altered it because otherwise y'all would be here for like 5-10 days.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's going to be tough to pull Uzana out of here.
Yeah, even then we'll be here for a while, I guess, until we have.
It's not like anything
answered
big's
all those
going on.
questions.
I mean, this is a nice vacation spot. Have you guys seen the cookie jar? It's huge.
I'm not
What?
building that. You can commission the building guild for that.
Maybe there's a spell for it.
So basically, we wait each day for
Well, it's per
the thing
person.
to refresh. Once
Per
per
person.
person. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. That makes it much faster.
So who is next?
I'm actually kind of curious if the other demons lords were summoned in a similar way or just popped out of the ether.
Oh, there you go. Here's your question. How did, for example, Zuckmoy get here? She's the only one
Yeah.
we've seen fully done.
Yeah,
Well, we
let's go with that.
did see the one in the stone.
All right, give him the thing.
He could have wound up anyway, but he's gone now. He's not a current concern.
I suppose I'll go grab the stone and try to focus on how Sackboy came here.
You take a focus.
And the book
much
doesn't
like
say.
No, it does because it does cover that. I know how this happened, and thankfully I also read the other book, so any gaps I do know them. You see an area. It's just actually an empty hall. It looks very boring until you notice the absolute infusion of Phaserus, and it just starts spreading. And then it's almost a violent kind of motion where the next thing you see is she just kind of almost falls into this little tunnel, like she's been thrown or pulled. More specifically, pulled is probably the right word. Like if somebody had taken a hook on her and just yanked her violently into this hall. And she looks around, and you can tell there's a moment, a bit of surprise, a bit of confusion, and of course that absolute curiosity and thrill of realizing she's on Toril and can do what she wants.
And
And
so
then
she
you're pulled
decided
back
on
into
matrimony.
Okay, so the other demon lords are basically on accident, apparently. And it has something to do with this. How is it actually spelled? The Faceless.
FAERRZZ triple Z double R E double S.
Here, let me copy pasta. Faceless.
Faceless, okay. Yeah, apparently where that stuff is concentrated, demon lords can just bring into existence now.
Alright, let's have a rock then and follow this road. I ponder deeply on who, how, or why is the Phaserus getting dense like I see and being actively manipulated.
Hold on, now I have to decide how that would go.
Well, I mean, would it get a dead end if I say who is manipulating the Phaserus?
No, that does help, but mostly my brain was who was the one who actually made it weaker. In which case, I'll go with this one.
All right, guys, keep that in mind for the next question.
You are in a room.
That's nice.
And it's similar to what you can imagine a wizard's room to be. Again, you see Gromp and Camuriel. Camuriel takes his leave. Gromp is going back, and he's back in the same room with the summon. And you see he's kind of musing over his book. And he's taking some time. He's thinking things over. And finally he goes through another spell.
I have a question here. I do happen to have the soul of a wizard in my ring. Is he along for the ride?
You know what? I'll say he is.
Can I
And
get
he's paying attention.
can I get your expert opinion on this sort of thing?
First, let me go through the whole thing, and then he will give his opinion. But, you see him summon. Oh dear. What do they... I need a full description. Thank you.
Let's see, I'll get it from Night
I generally
Parade
know
here.
what they
So
look like, but...
yeah, I'll get it from Night Parade. So it has rock hard abs and chitinous arms going in all directions.
Not chitinous. That's the thing, is I wanted to check what the heck they look like in 5e. It seems to be some sort of a demon that has 6 arms, a female top, but it has a snake body down at the bottom. It fits what you've heard as a Merilith.
Alright, so that's what he's intending to summon at one point.
This is something that happened in the past. So he did successfully summon her, and he starts conversing with this demon who he does not refer to as a Merilith. He refers to as Merilith. And that's when the vision cuts. The ring is very excited. If he was a wizard in the flesh, he would probably be bouncing up and down, vibrating.
So I just got a tingle on the finger.
He summoned Merilith herself and had her under control.
She one of the greater demons?
Okay, so here's how this works. So demons, you've heard of Meriliths before, right?
Vaguely, aye. Little bits.
Yeah. Or like Balguras, or that sort of thing, right?
Aye, Goristras, aye.
Yes. See, every single one of those classifications of demons, they got their name from a specific demon that is the pinnacle of that type. Meriliths are generally referred to as the generals of the battlefield. Absolutely horrible to face in battle. I don't recommend it. And he summoned the pinnacle of all Meriliths. That is a feat I wish I could have done.
Well, let's not have you follow up on it in case we get you a body.
No, I'm not stupid enough. But he successfully did it. He summoned the Marilith.
Although, what relevance does that have to my question?
Give me a perception. If that is enough. During the casting, you still saw wisps of that Telltale Fae's Rest coming out from the area of summoning.
Can't be that he's just been doing it too much. Can't be that simple. I don't relay everything. Pass the rock to someone else.
Has he weakened it? The
Over
barriers
time?
between realms? By pulling too much power, too many powerful things through?
She would be a bit of a
Is that
disturbance, wouldn't she? But it's a case of...
Is that even possible?
I'm just
Oh,
imagining he's probably done this more than a few times.
Yeah.
Uzana, give me an Arcana. You're the only one trained in wizardry.
That's a very Gale line to say to fucking Gaddix, isn't it?
Can I help at least? Yeah, I was gonna say, wait
Are
a
you
minute.
skilled in magic? No. I meant schooled in magic, studied in it.
Uzana,
Yeah, I'm proficient. I call bullshit.
you know that just summoning a demon like that should not be able to do something like that. Now, don't get me wrong. That's a big feat. It's something you would love to be able to do.
We've talked about this
However-
before, not allowed.
However, that shouldn't be able to just weaken the realms. That's not how that works. Something else magically is going on behind the scenes in order for something like that to affect things. It can't have been just a simple summoning. Something else is going on. Whatever it is Gromp is doing it, he did it, but you don't know exactly what it is that happened or why. Particularly from a magic point of view, it doesn't make sense that somebody would want to do this, particularly if they're summoning things, because theoretically, if you summon things and you were to weaken the realm between the abyss and here, you wouldn't have control over your summon anymore.
Well, he
And
probably
that's
doesn't know
something-
he's doing it.
Alright, if he doesn't know he's doing it, then that leaves the other culprit,
What?
the sneaky fuck.
And Webgun, I saw you went green, but I didn't hear anything.
I was just wondering, is there anything between the realms that might be being a parasite, sucking on the energy transfer,
Well-
as it were?
Well, I can safely say yes, obviously, but in this case, I think our main culprit is the fucker who was smiling. Which is strange, because that's Charles Axel's, like, that's employee, that one.
Yeah, wait, didn't we see him mess with another wizard's teleportation with the little demon that came through?
We did, aye.
So we know he can do.
Well,
She
he
wasn't as
didn't-
strong as Gromp, but
Well, how was it? It wasn't the fact that he was messing with that, he put his own portal in front of it, but it's the fact that he had an expression on his face, that's the issue. I've met him a few times. So have you, lad. Unpleasant, but not visually. Just in anything he says or does. Like his rejection of red velvets.
And cinnamon ones. Although technically you don't know that was him.
You don't know the first offer either. Still one of my favourite Luma was said. Your memory's gone. Oh, the door's open. Let's have a look.
Your Axel's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
There's always a
No,
case of
that
like,
makes
how'd you
sense.
not see this coming? I think someone's got to keep an eye, have a look at Camuriel's doing with Grumph. Or is someone manipulating him? Has someone put something in his head?
also Nat has spent more time with him, hasn't she, for training? Would she have any insight on his character?
I mean, she's with us.
Oh, you brought the children with you?
Yeah, of course.
This is the cool part.
I have to. If I leave them in the room, they're gonna go fucking missing, and we're gonna get kicked out.
Nat just says, why would he want to summon demon lords?
Why would he smile?
I've never seen him smile.
Well, to be fair, you've not really seen him.
No, I
Oh
have.
no, you've seen him
after-
as Sir Laxley you've not seen.
No, I saw him after the reveal happened. That was fine. But no, once I saw Camoriel, I saw Camoriel, and well, then we were just seeing him as he was.
Imagine Harden's using the trick of having the kids hold Hooten's leash, and Hooten, of course, wants to stick with Harden. So that keeps them in line too.
Yeah, it's just like, free leash,
Yep.
kid leash. But she does add in, well, at the point of the smile, yeah, he didn't really have many emotions at all, other than maybe mild sarcasm
I certainly didn't
or
show it.
annoyance. Oh, no. I mean, he didn't have them at all. It's, in the psionic way, you can't really hide those things.
Right, I think that's our next lead. Who's got the rock? Well, who wants the rock?
Well, can I suggest that we?
Yeah, we've
Well,
only got
keep
4
her-
minutes.
And that'll leave us all time to come up with questions until next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It'll give you time to read Uzana's description of the room.
Oh.
Yes, we'll knock it on the head here, then. Good session. Good fun.
Yeah.
We killed a beholder without taking a single HP damage.
Yeah.
Oh, gods. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that
you want to
happened.
go perfect in?
On a DC 13.
As he just utterly failed.
If Horik was wise, he'd be fucking dangerous.
Next time, I get to add a point or two, I might try and squeeze it into wisdom.